Oh, dear. I suppose we better get on with it, haven't we?
We've got no guest.
Get on with it. Yes, get on with it.
It's just
Correct.
2 hours of...
it's a mashup. Did you not
filler.
see the thumbnail, man? Oh, we haven't started yet. Well, you'll see it in a minute. Okay. Should we start?
If we must.
I got nowhere else to go. I got nowhere else to go.
Five, four, three, two,
The lads.
Hotline of the week, Resi.
Right, okay.
All right, then.
Hello, welcome to the ever do.
Time for another Inquisition on episode 343. I've not changed the titles, though.
Oh my god, this is the worst show ever.
Oh, whoa. Stand by. There you go. It's,
And we're empty chairing Ben again this week.
Oh, yeah, well, again, you know, Matt only turned up at 8, exactly, and we didn't even know if Ben was coming or not.
I turned up at 7:58.
So,
I had a flat tyre, so, you know.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
On the Yaz, the Honda Yaz?
It's slowly dying. Although
That's not bad for a battery, is
I
it?
changed it myself, you know.
All right, and it still runs.
I don't know. Apparently, I read it's impossible to electrocute yourself on them.
Is it?
It's not powerful enough because it's like, I can't remember how many volts
Because it's so low voltage.
Or ampules.
It's meant to be, isn't it meant to be 12 volts
Something
car
like that.
battery?
Yeah. Is that nothing? Would it give me a tingle?
Well, it's a relationship between current and voltage, isn't it?
I don't know.
So a very tiny current
Yeah.
can kill you. Like 30 milliamps,
Right.
40 milliamps can kill you
Yeah.
if the voltage is enough. Whereas, you know, 500 volts, like I have a testing instrument that puts 500 volts through the test leads.
Wow.
And when you're an apprentice, someone comes up to you and says, "Here, just grab them for me," and they press the button, and you go, "Ah, fucking hell!" But it's harmless because it's low current, so it's high voltage, 500 volts, relatively high voltage,
Right.
but low current.
How many currents are in it?
How many grapes are in it? Is the question? Is what you know? The answer that
That we need.
we need.
That we're going to find.
That wasn't what I was looking for.
How many currents?
Raisins and sultanas are both dried forms of what fruit?
Currant.
Cadence.
Oh, it's the extended cut.
Currant.
Grape.
Currant.
Grape.
Currant.
Grape.
John Humphreys.
Wow.
Savage.
Yeah.
Currant.
Grape.
Great. He gets an R roll in there.
Currant.
Grape.
That's what you're supposed to say.
Nice.
It's how you're supposed to say.
That's for Donkey's Years of Radio, that isn't it? Today programme.
Yeah.
Currant.
Grape.
I mean, how long does that go on for, that clip?
I know. I don't know why it's even there, man, but
Come on, man.
it's there, so I just clicked it. You mentioned current. I just can't help myself, but
Currant.
Grape.
hit buttons randomly.
Yeah.
So yeah, no guests this week. We rescheduled Daniel for next month, which is good. So I thought, well, we'll just mash things up. We'll do headlines. We'll open the phone lines. We'll chit chat, shit drop.
Shit drop. I don't want to shit drop. I don't want to shit.
So let's get over. Let's open the phone lines before we get carried away by ourselves and start rabbiting on.
Okay.
Where are we?
Can we open the phone lines, please?
Yeah, if you could, please.
Hello, you're through to the Ormiston position. How can I handle your call?
Phone lines open.
There it is. 07562 245 894 if you're in the UK. You can Skype us, but I've not opened it. I've not opened Skype. And we're at 6s and 7s today, and you might be surprised, Matt, but I've had a couple of beers this afternoon.
I mean, when it was the Sunday that you don't have a couple of beers.
Not usually during the day. Usually I'm busy during the day, and I have stuff to do. And Skype is now active.
So what's your excuse today then?
A football match got cancelled, and so we were visiting up in Longridge at sister-in-law's, and I did a wee jobby for a friend of sister-in-law's.
Okay.
In the week on Wednesday night
Yeah.
while my lad was footy training, and so she said, "I'll get you some Doom Boys in."
Okay.
So I rocked up. I went to a football match with my eldest. Match got cancelled. Last minute pitch inspection. Not fit to play.
Been raining all day, hasn't it?
Yeah. So we got sent to the sister-in-laws to pick up the missus and the other kiddie. And there was 4 Doom Boys there waiting for me. So I took it as a sign.
To drink all of them.
So I should probably start laying waste. So that's what I did.
And then what else have you had?
Just more Doom Boys. No. Well, no, I've stocked. Do you see my new cool box? I've upgraded.
To a real one.
Yeah, a real one rather than those £10 blue plastic boxes that we've had.
Wow, it's called Igloo. That must mean it works.
Yeah, it's made in America.
Um,
I'm making America great again.
Oh God, he can't talk. Someone
I'm
call in.
making America great again, man. We've opened the phone lines, haven't I? Yeah, there it is up there. Yeah. Oh, we've got one in coming in already.
You didn't forget my invitation, did you, Commander? I was hoping you were free this evening. Not bad, huh, Commander? I clean up pretty good. How about celebrating over a drink tonight? I know this great little pub in Soho. Commander?
How many times are we going to play that one then?
Do you know, we only do phone line once a month, and I don't think I played it last time. So I think I was due.
Yeah, I mean, how many times do you play it when you're alone?
Oh, just
in
when
here?
I'm alone here,
Yeah.
masturbating, just every 10 minutes, have it on loop.
Yeah, I thought so.
You know, what we're supposed to do.
Who knows?
Oh,
Oh.
my gosh. Oh.
Oh,
Hang on. I think we've got a phone call coming in.
yeah, we do.
Is that?
Last time.
Whoa!
I think I was.
Noble! Noble, what are you doing?
Oh, we're behind.
Bonjour.
Caller, can you turn your radio down, please?
Amateur hour.
How are you doing, Noble?
Yeah.
I'm wonder-filled, gentlemen. Wonder-filled. How are y'all doing?
Good.
Okay, yeah, Phil's hammered. He was
I'm not
hiding.
hammered.
He was hiding it well. He's just let the veil slip
I've literally had like 4 Doom Boys. Come on, take it easy.
and a bottle of wine.
No, don't wash your
What?
mouth
Doom
out.
bars? I'm confused. Doom bars?
I'll show you.
It's an amber ale.
I'll show you now. Look,
Oh, can
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
it's an amber ale.
I get ya. And I thought the rain had stopped, and I had literally just gone into the kitchen, and it's hammering it down. Welcome
Yeah.
to summer, gentlemen.
yeah.
Yeah, have you noticed anyone spraying out today, Noble? You've been out in the sky.
But it's really overcast. I haven't noticed a thing. It's just been overcast and raining. So of course they've had to have been up early AM, early doors.
Yeah, you never know, do you? Hey, I saw. Did you have you just dropped a video with allegedly Dave?
Oh yes, I certainly have. I a little bit behind schedule. I've done that quite some time ago. That should have been out at least a month or 2 back. But yes, the first part is out, gentlemen. The first part is out. You know, it's always fun with Dave.
Yeah, I think I first heard your show when you were talking to Dave. I think, or maybe I heard maybe I heard Dave first on your show before I'd seen him on anywhere else. And you were talking about the sort of alternative history stuff, which is pretty fascinating.
We delve a little bit into that. We're more talking about the monetary system.
All right.
And the illusions of it all, and the tricks and the magi, and yeah, the interesting ways to navigate this financial system in the Gregorian year of 2024.
Is it the kind of, did you go into like fractional reserve banking and the generation of money and stuff like that?
Yes, we touched on literally pretty much the inception of it and what's happening now. the new wave, the cryptos. We didn't go too much into the crypto, but we went into the evolution of it and the control elements and how it's it's invasive. It's so invasive. It's a chain around your neck and now around your mind.
Well, we had Alex Craner on a few months ago, the Naked Hedgie, and because we were on you and us and he were on the same podcast, a big round table years ago, back in like 2020. Yeah, 2020, 2021, something like that.
The olden days, yeah.
And I was asking him about CBDCs, and he was kind of blasé about it. He was like saying it's never going to happen, which is great. I'd like to believe him. But I'm just a bit still bit wary about all that kind of stuff. And when you see like Bank of England's actively exploring the possibilities, and we heard all about was it Bitcoin? I think they called it Bitcoin a couple of years ago.
Yes.
And recently the EU have been talking about their CBDC and how they're going to limit it, how they're going to program it. So there was possibilities where you could program it to expire essentially. So you'd get your digital euros and you'd have like 28 days to spend it, or 90 days or whatever. It's crazy.
Thrilling.
So it's, so the old phrase, the money's burning a hole in my pocket, I need to spend it, is going to be they're maniacal. They're so maniacal, but you have to give them a round of applause because there's only a finite amount of beings on this plane of existence who are actually trying to proactively do something about it and not just put their head in the sand or allow the crack phone to illuminate their face for 24 hours a day. They're actually see what on earth's going on and the dangers. I mean, do we want to be like China? And I want to go down to London for the day, and you go to the train station and say, oh no, you didn't help Betty to put that shelf up yesterday. Your social credit score has gone down now. So if you want to go to London, we've got one of those hire bikes outside. Get to pedaling.
Yeah, there's so many avenues that can be exploited with the digital currency. Geofencing is one that I like. So they can geofence the currency so it can only be used in certain situations, in certain localities. So like, you've got exceeded the boundary of your 15-minute city, so you can't use your currency here. You need to go back to the shithole you came from.
Exactly. This is it. You're not wanted here, gentlemen. No. Please get back to your zone. Get back to the zone. So that falls in nicely with the 15-minute cities. That also falls in nicely with the paper mile, which they're making headways in trying to promote that stuff now.
I saw a story about that this week, about paper mile coming back in again.
Yeah.
And in some ways, it kind of makes sense to me.
You see?
It's like, if you use your, like, we pay like a flat rate on road tax depending on the vehicle. So, or with me, I have a commercial vehicle, so it's a flat rate for, it doesn't matter if it's a 2.5 litre Transit or a 1.2 litre Peugeot diesel.
Yes.
You pay the same road tax. And I do very low mileage. I only do like 3,500, 4,000 a year. So I pay the same road tax as some guy who's bombing it up and down the M6 all day, every day, or a courier, something like that. So you can see the logic there. Well, I use it less. I should pay less road tax.
Yeah, it is very, when you break it down in real life scenario, 3,000 odd miles, that's nothing. That's absolutely nothing. So in those small cases, and for the cases like the wife or the partner or the house husband who just goes to the shop, takes the children to school, the ones who are lucky. Well, you don't do it. You've got your driver. Let's go behind the fourth wall. You didn't change your tire, sir. You had your driver. Okay, let's get back to scripts. Yes. So, yes, it's all fun. It's all fun. It's gonna be a very interesting time to navigate this whole system that they're trying to bring in.
What solutions did you come up with Dave? Were you talking about setting up localized barter systems, sort of try to strip money out of it? Did you talk about metals, precious metals?
All and the above, all in the above. But as you know, Mr. Dave, his ideas are, as I mentioned, he was talking about something. I said exactly what I've always mentioned: barter and trading. You've got a skill, you've got a passion. I've got a skill and I've got a passion, or I've got a service or a product. Let's exchange. But he was on a little bit of, well, it's not actually barter and exchange, is it? Because if you like doing what you're doing, you don't necessarily do it for the reason to exchange. But in essence, that's exactly what we're doing. We love what we do, but we can't survive without the community all utilizing their skills. So we are, when we strip it down, that's the only way that we're going to do it. Barter and exchanging, still purchasing your small amounts, your half an ounce, your ounce silver coins, because that's where we need to be starting first, is silver. A lot of people are banging on about buying gold. You know how much it is to buy a gold bar?
Yeah. Well, what's it an ounce? About 1,600 quid an ounce now.
Exact, and rising. I think the last time I looked, it was like 17 or even 1,800.
Was it?
So it's, if you've got the disposable income, by all means, but let's start off small. Let's spend 15 quid on an eighth of silver. Let's start to build that up, because those are the things we're going to need potentially, as I've always thought since 2004, that what happens when the grid goes down and you go to the petrol station and you fill up and you la, you've just been playing, flipping, whoever in the car, and you go to the pet to actually pay now, and you pull out that fiat money. I promise to pay the bearer. And the guy or the woman looks after you and she says, "Hey mate, ain't you watched the TV? We don't take none of that stuff anymore. Gold, silver, and semi-precious metals." And you look like what on earth are you on about? All I've got is this paper. It's real. Come on, it's polymer. So this is why we need to put these little things in place.
It's weird how much of the system's based on confidence, isn't it? And how the sort of banksters rule. We saw that with Liz Truss, the cabbage, and her chancellor.
Kwasi Kwarteng?
Kwasi Kwarteng, wasn't it? Yeah, he was chancellor.
Oh.
And Sheep Farm. I think Sheep Farm have just gone live. Once they produced a budget that was sort of out of the scope of what the banks were comfortable with, they got slapped down hard by the bond markets and the central bank. All these big financial institutions came down hard on them, saying, "Oh, whoa."
They bet against them essentially, didn't they? And
and it brought them down. We had essentially a cartel of global financial institutions bring down, and say I'm not a fan of democracy. I'm not a fan of governments and centralized power and all the rest of it. But if you follow the sort of layman script, a democratically elected government was brought down by essentially the banking cartels.
Yes. It's worrying. But do people, do the sheeple, the lemmings, are they hip to this? Are they wise to this? Or is this like a little flash of a headline and then we move on next to, more water pollution? Oh, don't use your taps. Don't drink from the water. Go to the local church, and we're going to be handing out water until we fix the water problem that we have across the country.
When was that? Is that something you've had down your end?
Well, it's happened. It's happened. They polluted like about 15 miles of a canal. Luckily, it wasn't to do with the drinking water. It was a canal.
Right.
All the way from Walsall through West Bromwich down to, I think, as far out down to Perry Bar. So it was at least a good 15 plus miles of a canal stretch, and they blocked off loads of the roads. They were doing all kind of testing and stuff. Down on the coast as well. This specifically, there's been 2 incidences where I think one in Cornwall possibly, and one maybe Brighton, Portsmouth, that sort of kind of end. And you couldn't even bathe. They were saying, do not even bathe in this water.
Really?
Never mind drinking it.
Is this like the thing that's been all over the news This is the big story.
Someone's ringing a
Being
bell
pushed,
now.
yeah,
Yeah.
about water companies illegally in inverted commas
Dumping sewage
when they're not supposed to. Yeah.
That's a secondary element of it because that's always going on, unfortunately.
Well, that's what I mean. Yeah.
Well, we had something up here. Was it about 3 years ago? It was this cryptosporidium.
Oh,
that
yes.
we had that. Yeah, they turned the water off, didn't they?
We had to boil our water for weeks.
Yeah.
It went on for weeks and weeks, didn't it?
Yeah.
Without being able to drink the tap
My
water.
next door neighbour just drank it, and I think my mum did as well. To be honest with you. And they
What
were
doesn't
fine.
kill you? What doesn't kill you?
Yeah.
Makes you stronger.
She was probably hoping it'd finish her off. To be honest with you, sick of it. But I suppose I've been interested about this story. It's mad how it's just come from nowhere because it's been going on since even probably before the companies were privatized in the 90s or whatever. But it's weird how it's just being pushed now, essentially over like the last year. Would you say that's been in the news, and it's like this is something that needs tackling? I'm just wondering, if it's something to do with water prices had never gone up for like years. So my water was something like 60 quid a month
Forever.
for like a decade or something.
Well, they have been trying to do this. They've been trying to get people on meters, haven't they, over the last, I would say, 10 years nearly.
That's interesting though, because it's different for my mum because she lives alone, but she was like, obviously it makes sense for her, and hers went from like 60 to 20 quid a month basically.
But once you're on that meter, I think they can just put the rates up, can't they?
Yeah, I suppose.
You bring some excellent points in that respect. Again, this goes to the common sense and the low usage. It makes sense to have metered water, but when have we ever had metered waterage until recently? 60 odd. When I bought my first palace, the water was only like 38 quid or something like that. Then it went up to 60 odd. The most it was like 60 odd quid. And now I'm in the new palace. Oh my God. All right. It's like 100 and almost 200 quid.
For water?
For water, man. Yeah.
A month?
A month.
Get out of here.
Sorry. No.
How much water are you using? Fucking hell.
No.
He's got three swimming pools.
Just constantly leaking and overflowing.
He's got an orca. He's got an orca, a pod of dolphins.
Yeah.
World's largest goldfish.
I've got to save them from all of those wicked places like sea life and stuff. So I save a lot of those orcas and stuff, the sharks.
And you got to stop the Russians from turning them into spies.
Yes.
The spy whale.
Don't tell everybody. Come on. That's how I'm going to have all of the foreign agents and attaches down here.
Oh, they're already there, mate.
You're breaking the fourth wall.
There was a story this week that one of the famous Russian spy whales was executed. He was found dead with gunshot wounds.
A spy whale, did you say? All right.
Bonkers.
The famous one.
It's fucking bonkers, yeah.
One of the famous...
Yeah, it's named after Vladimir Putin.
Right, okay.
Target practice.
Honestly.
Do you think it was the one who blew up the pipeline?
Oh, no, because that wasn't the Russians, was it?
No, it wasn't the Ruskies.
Apparently. Yeah, apparently.
I don't think.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't Ukraine either.
No.
Remember they came out on the news and said, actually, no. Was it pre or post the event that woman was saying, if something doesn't happen, there's going to be some incidents taking place.
Well, that was Joe Biden, wasn't it? He said that.
Corn Pop?
Yeah, he's a bad dude. He said
we will end it. We will end Nord Stream. Yeah.
Yeah.
But you can't. He's barely there, is he?
Well, exactly, because he just slipped out. So, like, one of his aides go, moving on.
It was a truth wants to come out moment.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
But he's living it up on the beach. I've been seeing some pictures of him like on the beach on a little deck chair and stuff.
Is he 10 foot tall still?
Oh, Daddy Longlegs.
That's it.
Was it Daddy Longlegs or was it the real Biden?
He knows.
He was out on campaigning this week. He was in Pennsylvania with Kamala.
Oh, God.
Yeah, it's great. You've got to watch the speech. It's great. His teeth are threatening to fall out all the way through.
No.
He's struggling. He really is struggling. It just, it's a joke. It just makes you... Hopefully people realise that this guy isn't running the show.
Is he really? Is he still the president technically?
He's the president.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hey, he's got to be because he has to exonerate Hunter before he leaves office, doesn't he?
Of course.
He has the right to give pardons.
To anyone and everyone when he
Anyone
leaves.
and everyone. So Hunter hasn't been sentenced. There was a new charge I think brought this week. Was there? Can't remember, but it's ongoing. Hunter Biden's trial. Oh no, he changed his plea to guilty. So I think he's facing up to 17 years. I think. But you know,
What's this for? For the laptop or something else?
No, this is.
Well,
I was going to say this isn't for the laptop. This
No.
is some-
What's he on trial for then?
the laptop's Russian disinformation.
Oh yeah.
No, it's about tax. They got him on tax.
Right. Okay.
A minor, felonies, but
Yeah.
tax irregularities.
That was the thing.
I think he
wasn't
was. I think he was getting like hookers and blow, and then putting it through his books and claiming tax relief.
Tax
on it.
relief.
This is it.
It's a service, an essential service.
Yeah,
Of
how do you
course.
expect my business to operate without gallons of hookers and blow?
Gallons of hookers.
Yeah.
Is that how you measure them?
Their upper regions, they're measured in gallons.
Right. Yeah. I imagine so.
High class ones, yeah. So
Yes.
so he's going to get pardoned, I'm sure, on the way out.
Well, yeah. I suppose that probably makes sense why he would plead guilty, and then he can be pardoned for it, and then he can't be put on trial again for it. I guess.
And why Biden? Is this part of the deal that Biden made?
Yeah. To
To
leave.
stay in office. Well, no, but he didn't. He's not left. He said he's not going to run.
Right. Okay.
But maybe that was part of the deal. Is that I'll have to see out my term so that I can sort Milado out and he doesn't get sent
Well,
down.
he's the cash cow, isn't it? If you believe what he says,
Daddy
Hunter.
Longlegs.
Well, if you believe Hunter, he says that
The big man.
He's the one who he filters all the money into the family, doesn't he? Somehow,
Well,
all the
the br-
backhanders come through him or whatever.
Isn't Joe's brother involved as well, Noble? There's a brother Biden, isn't there?
Yes, there is. There certainly is. I haven't done as much research, but I would assume, based upon that family and the family of these people who are in politics, of course he's involved. He's the one who's going to be right in the background, just smiling. You know, you'll just see him smile just a little bit, like, who's that guy there? He looks a bit like Joe. Yeah, that's his brother. And
That's
you
his
won't
body
notice-
double.
He's the man who gets things done and who can actually, you know, put one or two words together, you know, coherently.
Mm. Yeah, and his wife. I think his wife plays a big role in it, Jill. She seems to be his main
She's the
handler.
handler?
Yeah.
Main handler. She's literally taking him off the stage and guiding him down the steps. Like, come on, one after the left foot, right foot, left foot. There's a step up, step up, step up.
You did such a great job, Joe. You answered all the questions, every one of them. Fuck, it's unreal. It's like this is supposedly the most powerful man in the world, and his wife's there giving him this pep talk on side of stage. It's just like, fuck me. This is a clown world. Is it just me? Or can other people see this, man?
You would think so, but I have spoken to very intelligent people, male and female, very intelligent, and I agree with so much of the things they say, but some people are just like, they're either Trump's going to train the swamp still, we need to get Trump in, blah, 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 you know, this and that. And then on the other hand, you've got Kamala, she's like Mary, mother of Yeshua HaMashiach. She's going to do the thing. She's going to be the change. Look, she's helping black people. She's helping the trans, the Asian people. You know, I'm like, what? Did you receive a severe blow to the head or something? Do you not understand that this is a movie? This is a game. This isn't real. This is an illusion.
It's just the old divide and conquer thing again, isn't it? You know, and tribalism
And distraction.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Look over here. Shiny, jangle the keys over here while the real work gets done behind closed doors, you know.
Yes. It's frustrating. It's very frustrating. I mean, do the Americans take? Obviously, they do. They'll have a very analytical view of what's going on in our political situation, and you know. But it's a clown show over here, but it doesn't seem to be as like nuts as America.
Yeah, it's more tribal, isn't it? It's more part of people's identity. I think there is some of that over here. People identify themselves as, I'm a Labour man. My dad was a Labour man, I'll be a Labour man. And the Labour politician can say anything. Say, well, when I'm elected, first thing I'm going to do is spit in your eye and stab you in the arsehole. Well, I'm a Labour man, so I'm going to vote for Labour because I've always voted Labour. But I don't think it's anything like the same as it is over there. I think it's taken to another level over there. The sort of, it's identity, I would say. It's built into people's identity to more of an extent.
Do you know what turnout is in America for votes?
No,
that'd be interesting to know.
Well, the last election
compared to here.
The last election, Joe Biden got more votes than any other president in history.
In history.
But is that just because the population's got bigger? You know.
Maybe, yeah.
But it's the opposite over here. Like Keir Starmer got less votes than Jeremy Corbyn when Corbyn was beaten.
Yeah.
So
it's worrying. It's worrying that wasn't it like a third of the population, or just over a third of the population voted? It was like really low, wasn't it?
It was more. It was 2/3 voted, but
was it other way? Okay.
I think Starmer got less than half the votes, so less than a third of the population. It's something like 25% of the population voted for Labour. Basically, I think that's the start. But it was a low turnout, lowest since Major, I think, in the early 90s. John Major,
the son of a clown, Mr. Major.
Son of a clown. Was he?
Yeah.
I don't know this one. Explain.
Yeah, man. This is just because you've there's so much information in your head and you can't remember everything.
Yeah.
I remember doing an in-depth study on this guy, and his father. He came from very humble beginnings apparently, and his father was a clown.
Really?
His father was an actual clown. I don't know if there was like touring or whatever, but. As soon as I think of his name and I see the human beings that had them big glasses, them huge old school glasses, I just think of him and his father as a clown. And I will Google that right now. I will Google that right now.
That's the other interesting thing. Well, I don't know if you say it's the other interesting thing, but an interesting thing is when you think about, so conservatives, like, they wouldn't dare have a leader who was like privately educated from a wealthy background and all that kind of thing. And then that changed.
They wouldn't.
Yeah. So like Margaret Thatcher, her parents were greengrocers. John Major, I assume people in between or whatever wouldn't have been. Well, it was her for ages, wasn't it? And John Major. John Major Thatcher.
Mm-hmm.
And then subsequently you've had Rishi, Bojo,
Cameron May.
Yeah. I think Theresa May might not be from a particularly wealthy background, but it might be incorrect. But that's what I mean. There's been a bit of a sea change with the Conservatives and perhaps who they would think that they could sell to the populace.
You're going around the right lines now. What can we sell?
Well, that's what I mean.
What will people swallow?
But it's interesting it's not even thought about that. Like this person is, from an incredibly wealthy background or whatever, and how much can he know about us? Although that eventually was used against Rishi, wasn't it? I guess.
Yeah, I suppose. I mean, he wasn't a particularly. I mean, you would call his upbringing middle class. His mum and dad were pharmacists, weren't they?
Well, it's a bit more than that. They were,
but he married into wealth, didn't he? He married that heiress.
So they were pharmacists. I think one of them was a doctor.
Right.
But they had a chain of pharmacies, and they were like really wealthy.
Right. Okay.
There's that famous video of him, isn't there?
Oh, mixing with. I don't have any working class friends.
Yeah, something like that. Well, yeah, of course I know lots of upper class people, middle class people, working class people. Well, not working class people.
We played it on this.
Yes, exactly.
Show. So yeah, forgot about that.
But yeah, no, he is from. I think they are like millionaires, basically.
It shouldn't matter really. It should be his best fit job.
Well, yeah,
it's
more to do.
It's optics is the reason that it's
that it means anything. But I think that's also interesting that would be. It's not deemed as a no-go basically now. Right. To have that, and what does that say? I don't know.
The thing is, they're all pretty much of a muchness, aren't they? It doesn't matter which side of the aisle they're on. We talked about the PPE degree that they all do. Was it politics, philosophy, and economics?
Keir Starmer's father was a toolmaker.
Yeah, he ran a factory again, didn't he?
And his
Or a chain of factory of toolmaking.
probably, I don't know. And his mum was a nurse.
Yeah. Yeah.
I have been searching and searching, gentlemen, and I can't. You see, the thing with this wonderful internet, which is so wonderful and crazy at the same time. They just like to hide information now. I can't find anything about his clown.
I'm sure it wasn't a fever dream.
The internet's shrinking, Noble.
It certainly is. It really is. You have to go into the Wayback Machine, but you've got to do that. You've got to find the original article to do that, and I will make this a little mission.
Have you ever used Brave, the Brave browser?
No, I haven't actually.
I've heard good things about that. You have to pay for it. It's only a few pounds a month, but apparently it's very good. Because I think Go is a bit sort of sketch now.
It's
not as good as it was, yeah. What do you make of all this fucking censorship and like Brazil banning Twitter and shit?
It's interesting. It's very interesting because it almost. You see, I think this is all part of the movie, gentlemen. It's all part of the movie because it would almost push you to think that the robot himself, Elon Musk, he's doing something good. He's doing something good. He's fighting for freedom. He's fighting for our rights. You know, he's giving us an uncensored platform for us to put pornography on there, death movies, to incite flipping riots, you know, the Farage riots, as James O'Brien calls them, and every other kind of depraved thing. You know, then it gets people to say, okay, well, you know what I think? I think, gentlemen, that if you want to use social media, that you should actually have to use your birth certificate, put your real name on there, and photograph and everything. So we know who we're talking to, and you can be held accountable. But wait a minute. Even if you don't have a photograph up, even if you don't put your real name up, pretty much everybody has a mobile phone, which has a contract and also an IP number, an IMEI number. So you are tracked and logged everywhere. It doesn't matter whose name is visually on this social media platform. If you say something which is deemed as they're doing now and there's laws in place, we will come to your home and we will say to you, you was on Facebook, Noble, you was on Twitter, and you said these things, which is not appropriate anymore. You've got to come to the police station and we're going to take you to court. That's what's going on.
I've
taking liberties.
Yeah. It's funny you mentioned James O'Brien. I wonder if it's worth playing this clip just now because our favourite ex-Prime Minister, Tony B. Lyer, was on...
yes! I couldn't stomach it. I heard... Go on, drop some stuff.
I'm going to say, just sort of brace yourself, Noble, because here he comes, incoming.
The question of jurisdiction as well. You know, the server will be in one country, the person writing the message will be in another country. We've arguably seen this a little bit with the riots recently. But do you foresee a point in the not too distant future where other countries are going to have to follow Brazil's lead and take actual action against platform owners for the dissemination of disinformation?
Well, I'd certainly see a position where the world's going to have to come together and agree some rules around social media platforms. And I think that's, you know, quite what the answer is and what the right system of regulation is, I'm not sure. But
I think he is sure what the correct system is. This guy was trying to bring in digital IDs 20 years ago. That's what he's after, isn't it? Can you hear it on your end, Noble?
No, I've had to go to YouTube, so I'm on a slight delay.
Oh, fuck. I wonder why that hasn't come through on your end.
It's Skype in it, you know.
Oh, fuck.
Separate, isn't it?
There was some
separate. Because you've got your board in it, so this is going through a different channel.
Yeah, there was something maybe I had to click, but I don't know where it is now. Anyway, I'll click it back on.
I'm sure there should be, and there's got to be, because it's not just, you know, how people can provoke, you know, hostility and hatred, but I think, and I don't know what the answer to this is, you know, and I'm just saying that. I don't
we can't carry on as we are.
But we can't carry on as we are, so it has to change. And they seem to be saying that Brazil has the right idea. Just banning Twitter outright seems to be the way forward.
But we can't carry on as we are. And I think the impact on young people particularly when they got access to mobile phones very young, and they're reading a whole lot of stuff and receiving a whole lot of stuff that I think is really messing with their minds in a big way. And as I say, I'm not sure what the answer to it is, but I'm sure we need to find one.
So he talks at the end, Blair, about, and again, Noble, this is where, you know, your logical brain sort of takes over and makes, and you find yourself agreeing with it. So Tony Blair says, thing is, very young kids are getting smartphones and they're having these messages being sent to them, and it's dangerous. And it's, I've read The Coddling of the American Mind. I'm very familiar with the dangers of kids having social media. My point is, Tony, that's not your job. That's our jobs as parents to sort out. And that's where the fundamental disagreement is with me. People like him, technocrats like him and Schwab and all the rest, assume that it's government's job to sort out all these problems, whereas why can't people just take responsibility for their own fucking lives and sort it out themselves?
They've been trained not to, that's why. They've been trained to believe that everyone else has the control, and they just acquiesce to all of the costumes and the legislation acts and statutes and these little things because they're all in place to help me. I don't need to think anymore, guys. There's bumper rails all around my life. I don't need to actually think because there's some measures in place, there's people in place to put me back on track.
I think part of this is a cop-out as well. It's an easy way out. Government we pay the government, they should be sorting all my problems out. And it's one less thing for me to think about.
Yes.
If the government can sort it out for me. That's a little bit of extra headspace I have that I don't need to think about, or what's my kid watching on YouTube, or what's he doing on WhatsApp, or has he got a phone hidden under his bed that he gets out in the night and starts watching videos on Twitter or whatnot. So I think there's a bit of laziness there.
It opens up then, doesn't it, something to replace it all, which is the state-owned
social media
company, isn't it? And you ban everything else.
What was the fucking Jacinda Ardern? Oh.
We drum in that messaging around the dangers of COVID pretty diligently for a full 2-week period of sustained propaganda.
That wasn't the clip I was looking for. It's the one where she says, "We are your single source of truth."
Yes.
The news. Have you seen it on a press conference? Fucking hell! It's like, Christ, 1984. Get me out of here, man.
Yeah, it's scary. I never thought. I thought I'd maybe be in my 60s. I'd be like on the way out, 60s, 70s, when all this stuff would be happening. I didn't think I'd still be like, you know, in the prime, quote unquote, of my life, you know, and
You think about it, we've had about 20 years pretty much, haven't we, of the wild west of the internet, where it's been pretty much free and open, and it's only really, well, it got a major kickstart in 2020, but it's only in recent years that you've seen these sort of crackdowns start to happen. You know, famous things would be Trump getting banned off Twitter, Alex Jones getting banned off, what was
everywhere.
It? Twitter, Apple, and Facebook, was it, on the consecutive days? But there was no collusion involved in that. He wasn't targeted at all. It was just... So we're seeing more and more of this, and the messaging there from James O'Brien is we need to do more. So we can't maintain the status quo. We need to hold the platforms responsible for things like inciting violence. But it's like, do you like go back to like the American Civil War, which was an armed revolution
against who?
The English.
Yes.
And how was that message spread? It was spread through like pamphleteering and stuff like that.
Paul Revere.
The English are coming. It's like you can't erase the message. You can't go after the platform.
No.
The platform is just the means of exchanging information. If you get rid of the platform, people will message each other through alternative means. People will find a way.
Them Telegram groups, which seem to be very popular these days.
Well, he's just been arrested in France, hasn't he?
Indeed.
It's mental.
Well, yeah, that's another example of it then, isn't it? Of things being
But
shut down.
hasn't he been arrested based on what his people have been putting on his platform?
I think so, yeah. I think that's the gist of it, isn't it? Because he's not made it. That's the whole point of Telegram, isn't it? I believe that it's unbreakable.
Encrypted.
Yeah.
But wait a minute, am I losing it or something? But haven't they also asked him to create backdoors for this? Hasn't he? He's been approached, hasn't he, to put backdoors into this?
They all have.
The famous one is an iPhone, isn't it?
Apple refused, don't they?
Yeah.
They won't do it. They won't compromise the device. But on the other hand, like if you speak to some independent journalists when they go meeting people, in sort of sketchy areas, if you have an iPhone on you, they won't talk to you. But if you have a Samsung or a Huawei or something, you can take the battery out of that and disconnect it. Whereas an iPhone, you can't. And they're all hackable. I don't buy this.
They're all. I was gonna say they're all from that. It's a low jack. It's any kind of electrical device which emits a signal is trackable and traceable. Like, from its most basic inception of that type of device, we can put fancy things on it and call it a smartphone, and we can say whatever, but it's sending out a signal to the local cells and then waiting for that signal to receive back. You can get tracked from that. It's simple.
Yeah. But I mean, what's the answer? We're reliant on these things now. I guess it's a case of trying to hold on to the rights that we have. Unfortunately, in this country, we don't have as many rights as they do in the United States when it comes to like personal freedoms and stuff.
No.
But we're seeing the ones that we have eroded constantly. Like we had the digital safety, what's it called? The online harms bill.
Harms bill. Yes.
It's not coming to a force yet. I think it's later this year it comes in.
You sure?
Yeah. Yeah, it's on the books, but I don't think it's enforced yet. It's been enforced yet.
That's, in my opinion, it sounds like to me that the veneer of it is indeed to help and protect children. But there's language in there that talks about the kind of conversations that we have and many other people have, where they can potentially say, well, wait a minute, with this bill, you're doing that, we can do this. It's a slippery slope.
Have we just gone soft, Noble? Because it's like the whole wordage, the verbiage around it, like the online harms bill, like you've been harmed by words. When I was a kid at school, it was sticks and stones.
But names will never.
Yeah. Whereas now we seem to have gone the opposite way, and it's words are violence now. And you can harm people with words. To the point where you can be prosecuted.
See, but it's too far. They're taking things too far. Words, as you say, sticks and stones will break my bones, but words will never hurt me. That's an old school saying, but let's unpack it. Let's peel back the layers. If I punched you in your face, that's physically going to hurt you, isn't it? If I was to
don't know how big are you?
12'5". I'm 12'5". And if I was to use some form of psychology, if I was to know something about your personal life regarding your child or something to hurt you, and that would be just by using words, which is more difficult to deal with, the verbal assault or a physical assault?
It depends who you are. It's like
exactly. Yes.
And your own psychology. So some people just, I try not to worry about what other people think of me.
Because you're in a place where you've got wisdom, you've got experience, you've got lived experience.
I won't go that far. But you know what I mean? Physical things are easier to get over, aren't they?
But so again,
generally.
Yes and no, depending on how big the physicality is. But it's apples. It swings and roundabouts, and it's apples and oranges. Because to some person, the physical injury is nothing. To other people, it's something, because I can still see that scar there. I look at that scar, and it brings me straight back to that time. Whereas someone who is verbally abused, that's trauma that's going to potentially sit in their subconscious and rise up at certain points and rise up at certain points. So it's a difficult one. I don't think, as I say, taking things to an extreme. Words hurts, physical things hurts, but we don't need to put laws in place. There are hate laws robustly in place for these kind of things, for people's feelings, quote unquote. I don't think we need to do this push the boundaries even further to say,
sort of like expanding the definitions of certain crimes, or what's definitions of what's hateful, what's hate speech. The whole hate speech thing confuses me, because it's like, unless you're a mind reader, how can you tell what the motivation is between what, why someone says something that they say,
You can never. You can, outside of seeing a direct sentence saying, kill all and fill in the blank, that's pretty direct, isn't it? But when it's subtle and there's a nuance to it, then again, it's, well, what do you actually mean by that? Exactly what I wrote down? Well, I interpret it this way. How do you interpret it? How does the other person interpret it? Things are down to interpretation, tone, language,
intent.
Body language, intent. Exactly. It's all down to how you receive it, how it's interpreted, and the intent, as you say, that was met at the start.
I'm sort of the general disposition that less laws is better than more laws. But politicians, that's their job, you see. Once you're a politician, that's the idea, isn't it? You create an issue and then you solve it. Well, it's the only thing they can do is write laws.
Yeah.
So that's what they will do. It's just write more laws.
Yeah.
I just think we should have less. But I don't know.
Bureaucracy, isn't it?
A what?
It's bureaucracy. Is what it is.
Yeah. I mean, the other thing is how can you well, they've had a good go at it, I suppose, recently, but how can you keep up with it? That's the thing. After every little thing that's posted online that might be considered to be hateful or whatever, or insightful, is it not an impossible task
to police it? You mean?
Yeah.
Not with the demon technology in the form of AI.
Yeah, but I suppose okay.
You could send
that
ChatGPT to scrape the internet.
But you could scrape the internet, but you're going to have to arrest, I don't know how many.
Physically.
Yeah, exactly.
I understand.
Yeah, thousands of people, hundreds of thousands of people. And whether they go...
It's targeted. We pick, Matt and Phil, Noble, we pick who we're going after. So we create the legislation, the acts, the statutes, and then we say, I want Phil today. Let's see what Phil's been saying. How can we connect Phil to that guy over there and the other guy? We can create a little web, and we can get a little cell tower information. We can get the II, and we can create a whole little audio recording showing these two collaborating to do whatever. It's all down to the agenda. What's the agenda today, gentlemen? The agenda is we need to do this. So we're going to concentrate on Birmingham for the moment, and then we're going to go to London, then we're going to go to Bristol. It's whatever the agenda suits. It's not mass. It's not for everybody.
But I was just thinking then, actually, there was a story, wasn't there, recently about them trialing AI-assisted trials.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
To do what? To be like prosecuted?
Sentencing.
Sentencing?
Wow.
I think, yeah, to make the sentences fair, in inverted commas. Yeah. So you could envisage, couldn't you, that, right, this is this person's alleged crimes, send it to the AI, and then you would be processed. Instead of it taking months, you'd just be processed in a matter of moments, wouldn't you?
Milliseconds, yeah. So the pre-sentence reports doesn't take 6 to 8 months anymore. You just click it into the AI and, okay, give us a moment. Yep, okay, here's your sentence, sir.
Yeah,
Exactly,
you're on a flight to Estonia before you know it.
Yeah, or
We spoke
Rwanda.
about that. Yes.
So-
It's coming soon.
Yeah. So that's probably the way it would go, I suppose. The more people you hoover up, but then it's like unless you start freezing people, and it's Demolition Man with there.
Demolition, come on, let's do it, man. Let's bloody do it. cryogenically freeze them. Look, excellent segue. Because look, we've got no prison space, gentlemen.
That's what I mean. Yeah.
They're letting out 20,000 of all kind of criminals in September.
Yeah.
It's this month, isn't it? Right?
Did you see the story this week? Because the new government said they wouldn't let out any sexual offenders on this early release program. But going back to the eye, there's a glitch. There was a glitch, and if you got sentenced for a sexual offence and another offence, like shoplifting, I don't know, anything. Then you were put in the same basket as the non-sexual offenders. So they are releasing. They will be releasing sexual
thousands of sexual.
Yeah, 20,000 of them apparently.
Deviants.
Unless they fixed it.
And it is. I said that, didn't I, last time a few weeks ago, that it'd be interesting because there'll be a story in the Daily Mail in a year's time. Ex-offender was released as part of this, cleanup,
and has gone on to do something horrific.
Yeah. It will happen, won't it?
Will it?
Yes.
Because aren't they only cutting the sentences by a few months? They're releasing them a few months early,
but
6 months.
it's still the story, though, isn't it?
Because I don't know. Because I mean, they only serve half the sentence anyway.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's crazy.
The whole justice system is nuts.
Just us. Justice is just us, meaning the people who is handing out the alleged justice. Like it's look, that savage, that misguided savage who tried to kill people in a hotel.
The one who tried to set fire.
Was it the arsonist? Yeah.
The arsonist, yeah, with all of the other petty crimes he was doing. He was a wrong'un, he was a bloody wrong'un. Look, I don't care who you are, right? Normal people and the wrong'uns have got genuine concerns in regards to what on earth's going on. Everybody with a right mind and the left mind knows that all of this stuff is wrong. But what we're not going to do is try and kill people in hotels by fire and the staff. That doesn't make any sense. And they give him 9 years for that, gentleman. 9 years.
Yeah.
Do you remember when Mark Duggan and the riots and all that stuff? The shooting down in London, and it spread across they were giving people more time in certain aspects based upon what was happening for petty criminal, like shoplifting and stuff like that. They were getting those kind of time years, 11 years and all that kind of stuff. And people are in outrage. This is two-tiering police. Two-tier policing. Look what's going on. He's got 9 years for he tried to kill people in a bloody hotel. They should put him under the jail. This is plain and simple. That's murder. That's multiple counts of potential murder if that had actually manifested how he wanted it to happen.
Yeah.
Absolute nuts. Absolute nuts.
Oh,
but
yeah.
It's a slippery.
You won't find any sympathy for the people who are rioting and stuff here.
I mean, the best, I suppose, is to let the universe mete out the justice, like in the video when there was the guy who was walking back to his fellow rioters and he was hit by a brick in the head and the nuts.
Oh, I love that one. I loved that one. Yes.
Yeah.
Divine retribution. It
Yes.
should have. And what about the one, the couple, the male and female that were wheeling the bin, and she pushes it and then literally lands like flat on her face right next to the police, and I think they arrest her pretty much straight away as well.
You see, you're always going to have troublemakers, and people need an excuse generally to cause trouble. And there's sort of aspects of group psychology that work into this as well. The madness of crowds. Darren Brown did a show about it as well. But people act differently in groups.
Yeah,
and so
it's called the diffusion of responsibility.
Right.
Yes.
It's like if there's a crowd walking down the street and there's a side street and a woman's being attacked by 3 guys. If you're in a crowd, you're less likely to intervene than if you're on your own. I think is a famous example.
That's nuts.
Yeah. People's minds change. It's herd mentality, man.
There's a famous case, isn't there, in New York? I can't remember the name of the woman, but she was like beaten and murdered, and she was screaming for like 20 minutes or whatever, and 5 people heard what was happening, but nobody called the police. And then there was like outrage it was like in the 50s, this. And there was outrage in the papers and all the rest of it. And then they went and sort of interviewed, and they all kind of said, well, I could see other people looking and lights were on elsewhere and nobody else was calling the... So you follow in a crowd like that and there's other people around
Follow
you.
the herd.
Yeah, you will do... You're more likely to do what other people are doing, basically.
Yeah. And that's not to excuse like the violence that occurred over those weekends. It's just trying to understand it, really. Because people think, well, where did this come from? It just sort of sparked up out of the blue, didn't it, after that tragic event in Southport?
I do also think there's a thing here maybe about perhaps people feeling disaffected or left behind in some kind of way, and maybe that kind of feeling has latched on to something that was probably not very helpful.
I remember when it was going on, and it was like, well, life was pretty normal for me. I'm busy all the time, man. I've got a job, I've got 2 kids, a million things to do. It's like I didn't have time for that to get angry about immigrants. Although I recognise it's an issue, and having immigration at 750,000 a year is not good, and it needs to, something needs to be done about it. But I didn't get the urge to take to the streets.
This is the point. I mean, I get frustrated. I mean, I'm sure everybody, you two and people listening, when they drive around their cities now, it's not the city that we grew up in. It really isn't. The landscape of it is totally changed. We're not hearing the same accent. And look, I'm all for people from different countries, integrating, that word that it was used, integrating and talking and meeting, and the melting pots and cultures, I'm all for that. But I still want to hear people with a Manchester accent, a Birmingham accent in the place I'm in. Everywhere you go, it's just every other language apart from the local language. Unless you're going to see your friend, and it's like, blah blah blah. The bus driver, the taxi driver, the person serving you behind the damn fast food joint if you go into one of those things, the parking attendants. Everybody is not from this place. There is an issue with that. There is an issue with that. And the elephant in the room is we've got a lot of people who were 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th indigenous. That's what I'm hearing. Indigenous white people. And they don't want to work. They don't want to work. Oh, I'm not going to clean the streets. I'm not going to be a cleaner. I'm not stacking any shelves. I want that kind of job. Well, you haven't got the qualifications. You haven't got the experience. How can you be a doctor? How are you costing all these people for being doctors and nurses and looking after old people when you don't want to do it?
I mean, that's the thing. The other thing about immigration, which is what we said, we might have spoken about, is like, the government's not willing to say that that's what's keeping the economy going or keeping it growing, maybe, is the level of immigration and people having kids as well.
Or not.
Yeah, exactly. So, if people are not having children, then unfortunately or fortunately, we need immigration.
I think that's one of the elephants in the room, isn't it? Is that we have an aging population. We're having less kids. Like the people who are already British citizens, people already here are having less and less kids every generation. And so what do you expect? We need people to work in the economy just to look after the people who are retired, the people in care homes.
So you can get a visa, you can get a care visa and work in childcare or old people's homes, for 5 year, a 5-year visa, I think it is. So that's what's kind of keeping the lights on, essentially, isn't it? And I think that's probably always been the case.
You see, the other side, they twist that into this great replacement theory.
Yes.
So
thank you.
We can see this necessity from a purely economic or not sociological,
purely economic,
demographic and economic problem that we've got an aging population. We're not having enough babies. We need people to work. So the extreme right wing will sort of twist this into this replacement theory. You're being replaced by the brown people. Yeah. They're coming over here. They'll work for pittance. They'll work for half what you'll work. And like with most of these areas, there's truth. There's threads of truth throughout it all. So that's what makes it seductive to people. That's how people can be turned into ideologues in this way, because there's generally truth in these different topics.
Yes. And the analogy I always say, when people are being poisoned, they don't just give them straight poison, do they? They put it in ice cream, they put it in a cake, they put it in a nice drink that they're going to drink. So it's all watered down. So you're not tasting the poison, are you? So you can never, these John, what's his name? Lennon, Tommy Robinson and his ilk. They
John
can
Lennon?
sail this.
Who's John?
No,
The Beatles.
Laxley. Yeah, no, I know. I always get his real name mixed up. What is it? What's his real name? Laxley Lennon or something,
Is it Yaxley with a yeah? I don't know. Something Lennon, isn't it? Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, him. Tommy 10 Names. Let's just call him Tommy 10 Names.
Yeah.
He's able to put out a lot of truth, because look, a lot of these quote unquote far right people, they have very interesting talking points. They're sometimes very extreme, but there's a percentage of truth that's in there that hooks the lay person who isn't necessarily doing any research, isn't necessarily paying attention to what's going on around them. They've just had their head in the cloud or their head in the sand, and they've been sent a link. And Tommy's been saying, look, all these brown people everywhere, man. The Pakistani rape gangs and Mohammed's this and blah, blah, blah. Oh, yeah, there's a lot of Muslims, you know. And that church isn't a church anymore. And that pub isn't a pub anymore. It's a mosque. Yeah, you know. And they're putting 2 and 2 together, and they're coming up with 69. And then it's the poor children and Rising Paradise to those poor children and all the victims in Southport. But then they seized on the opportunity. The shame stream media said, let's leave a vacuum, gentlemen. Let's not report anything about it, as we should, as responsible media outlets.
This is where they were sort of delaying, because there was this controversy over the identity of the...
Indeed.
This was something that blew my mind, right? Because when it first happened, the murders, there was a blanket no news about who this guy was who'd done it, and you would imagine it would be pretty quick to find out, and that's when these rumors started about it's an immigrant, and I'm thinking, and so you had people on the left of the Overton window saying, he wasn't even an immigrant. He was a British citizen. He was his mum and dad were from Kenya, but he was born and raised in Britain. And I was just thinking, yeah, but what if what if next time it is an immigrant? Then what's going to happen?
Yes.
You know, it's just terrifying, man.
It really is. But they pick it's chosen outrage, because we had an immigrant that attacked and killed a young black boy in London a few months back. There was no outrage. There was no visuals.
Was that the guy? Was he from Romania or Poland or Eastern Europe?
Yes, Eastern Europe.
Another stabbing, wasn't it?
Stabbing, yes. It was awful. And again, Rising Paradise. So that's a young gentleman who is no longer on this plane of existence. A young man who didn't have an opportunity to become a man. And they're not rioting for that, are they? He was born. He's not an immigrant. What about the 3 women who were killed, the crossbow killer? Was there rioting for that? Did they go to the BBC when Hugh Edwards, and he's still going through all that stuff, when Jimmy Savile, what was it, Heath?
Ted Heath,
Heath, yeah. Look at the controversies. We can go online now and type into Google or any search engine and type in police officers' convictions, and you get an Excel spreadsheet that's 30-odd pages long. I do it every year.
Right.
And it gets longer and longer each year. And when you start to do the filter, because it will say theft, little petty things like, okay, I can understand that. But then we're talking about rape. Then we're talking about indecent images. Then we're talking about coercing flipping witnesses and all kinds of stuff. Pedophilia, pederasty, all kind of filth. And these are police officers. We're supposed to respect these people, aren't we?
Yeah, but
they're not.
Yeah, I mean, but that job will attract a certain
psychopaths. Not to put too fine a point on it, but it's well known.
Yeah, it will. It will. Yeah.
Surgeons is a big one, surprisingly.
Yeah, like the guy who was branding his initials on the inside of people when he was operating.
In my neck of the woods, yes.
What's that
indeed. In a private, this wasn't an NHS hospital. This was a private hospital he was doing it in.
For decades.
There's an orthopedic surgeon just been dropped from Great Ormond Street this week.
Really?
and under investigation. Oh, was it 100 or 700 cases?
Wow.
Oh, I don't know. Don't listen to me. But yeah, kids being fucked up with operations and stuff. And
Wow.
who knows? It's
Yeah.
under investigation. I don't know. But yeah, I know what you're saying about the police. There is a tendency. We're not saying all coppers are psychopaths. Come on, get real.
Far
But
from.
It probably helps.
well, yeah, I imagine the armed forces will be a
Yeah.
similar thing. You know, these careers positively select for people with low empathy, I would imagine. That doesn't mean that you have to be a psycho to get in, but maybe it's an advantage.
Well, it is. Look at the top CEOs. What do they
Yeah,
have to
another
be then?
one. Yeah,
Come
CEOs is another one. Yeah, because you got to be ruthless to climb that greasy pole. And most people aren't ruthless. Most people are nice
No.
people.
Exactly. And I'm glad you said that, because we've spoken about quite a lot of dark things to a point, and we have to, be realistic. There is so much goodness out here in this plane of existence. So many good people, so many good experiences, so many good opportunities. But how they've got it is we turn on these little flashing devices, and it's just negativity, death, murder, sex, drugs, and alcohol. That's all it is.
Yeah. Do you want to talk about 1980s children's TV cartoons?
Yet Ulysses.
I was wearing a Ulysses t-shirt yesterday.
Class, man.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
All
Good
the
old
other-
days.
None of other mums and dads knew what it were.
What's that you're wearing?
Exactly. Yeah.
I don't think I watched Ulysses. My wife knows that one. She showed me a video for Denver the Last Dinosaur the other day.
He's my friend and a whole lot more. Denver, the last dinosaur.
Yeah, that rung a few bells.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, I've not heard that for 35 years.
1988, it said.
That's the power
I
of
think.
music and melodies, man. You can just pull that thing straight from your brain with a 35-year time window. Amazing, isn't it?
Exactly, yeah.
How about this one? We're off to Bottom Moon. We borrowed Mr. Spoon. Bottom.
Yeah, we weren't alive in the 70s.
Yeah, you're going old school now. I remember Button Moon.
No,
early 80s. Early 80s.
She did. She played me that one actually recently as well.
There is some guy on YouTube who's done a compilation of all the 80s cartoon theme songs.
Right.
Just saying.
I think when she goes on, there's a certain TikTok, and it's what's the word I'm looking for?
Retro.
Retro. Oh, yeah, something like that. And it's just to give you all of these kinds of moments.
Yeah, nostalgia hits.
That's it, nostalgia.
Yeah.
I've recently subscribed to a channel on Instagram that's got nothing but all of the 80s cartoons on there. The Fraggle Rock. What's the other one? The Australian one? Have you ever
felt like this?
Round the twist.
When strange things happen, are you going round the twist?
There was that one.
Rain, rain, go away.
Yeah, it
come
was
again
freaky, that.
another day.
The other one was Erie in Indiana, if you remember that one.
No, I
That
didn't
was
watch
class. Yes.
'Cause when
that
we were-
was dope. That was.
When we were talking about freezing prisoners, do you remember do you remember the Tupperware episode?
I never watched it here in Indiana.
Oh, it's probably too scary for you.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah. That.
There was a Tupperware episode, and he kept people fresh in Tupperware.
Yes. Yes.
So they could do that with prisoners. You could get giant Tupperware for them.
For the prisoners, yes, the prisoners.
Yeah, put them in there.
Just till they get to Estonia. Crack them open.
Yeah. Does Estonia want prisoners?
Yeah, apparently.
Right,
Yeah, man. There's deals are being done as we
Really?
speak, gentlemen.
Gonna
Yes,
ship
man.
them- did they not have enough
Labourers.
violent males? Is that serious?
Most importantly, they got room. As long as they've got
right, okay.
space.
Cells. It's cells.
Yes,
and it'll be
that's
cheaper
it.
there.
Yeah, it'd be cheaper to house them in Estonia.
Is
wouldn't it?
Estonia part of the EU? I know.
Yes, I'm sure they are.
Have they got the euro? Oh,
I presume so. If they're a new joiner,
right.
I
Okay.
think they'll have to, or maybe not, because Poland doesn't yet, does it? I think Poland's still
I don't
under
think
sloppy.
Poland needs. I thought you could join. Like Norway's got a special deal, hasn't it?
Oh, but they're special.
Yeah.
Because
They're
they got
euro.
all the gas.
They're part of the euro currency, 1.3 million population, GDP of 62
Oh,
billion.
Estonia.
Wow.
Right.
So the population of
Yeah.
Birmingham in a country,
Exactly.
in like a country probably the size of France.
Is it massive? Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
large. It's
Is it?
large.
Wow.
Oh well. See you later, boys. See you in a few
Enjoy your
years.
new life.
No, but you see, the reality of it is, gentlemen, that this is not just for the rioters. This is going to be. See, at the moment they're talking. Oh, because of we've got all of these court cases going on with 24-hour courts and these far right thugs. You know, we're going to show them what's what. Yeah, that's for them at the moment. But all you little criminals, you little gangbangers, and obviously they're not going to touch the worst of society. We're touching women and children. They're going to be let free to do whatever they want. But the other people, the drug dealers, and all that, you're going to Estonia, you're going to Timbuktu, to a prison. They're going to put you on a long boat. You're not going to be over here and smuggling phones and making 40, 50,000 pounds in the prisons over here and having little PlayStations and no.
Shagging the guards.
That's it, and recording it and have big spliffs in your mouth. None of that's going to be happening. You're going to a far off place where it's going to be nice and cold for you, potentially give you some hard labor to do, and maybe that would rehabilitate some of these criminals.
Oh my God, this is straight out of the communist playbook, isn't it?
Let's go.
Send them to Siberia, to the work camps.
Gulag, yes.
The Gulag.
Yeah, man.
It's Kia Stasi, isn't it? Like you said.
Kia Stalin, yeah. We're reopening the Gulag archipelago. We're shipping them straight from the UK to Estonia.
Let's do it, man. I'm game. I want it.
It's like being sent to the wall in.
You're taking the black.
Yeah. Is it not? Does it not share a border with Putin? Is Hitler?
Estonia? I don't know.
I think it does. Yeah.
Oh well, even better. We can get them on the front lines for our Ukrainian friends.
That's what I was going to say. Exactly.
Yeah. Community
It'll be like,
sentence
what was
early.
the,
Hey, boys, I know you've got 10 years for arson, but just do 2 tours of Ukraine and you can come home.
Yeah, look.
Yeah, it's got a land border with Russia.
Yes,
north of
it certainly
Latvia.
does. Yeah.
Right, that's the play then, isn't it? Ship them off to Estonia and then give them the ultimatum.
Yep.
Go in the Ukrainian army.
Yeah.
And they'll get a reduced sentence.
Oh, what's the Wagner group? Yeah, that's what it is, isn't it?
Right.
Yeah. Well, like
They're
you
a
said,
private company, though.
Well, yeah.
Would that work?
Well, I imagine it if they could.
Can we
make
do a
some
deal? Can we send Klaus Schwab over to do a deal?
Yeah. It could be the WEF army.
The WEF army. Oh my God. I don't like where this is going.
No, I mean it's probably what will happen though, isn't it?
Oh, don't say that.
What would you take? Would you take 10 years or 2 years service?
You got to take the two.
E2, of course. I mean, like, sorry to be like a realist, but I don't think anything's really happening over there like that. It doesn't seem to be like the Gulf War, Iraq, Afghanistan, Fallujah. I don't see nothing going on. I don't see an explosion, something shaking. I don't see a full out war going on.
No. I don't think either side has got the resources, by the sounds of it. Maybe Russia. But it seems I see a lot of I've seen a lot of drone footage and drones being dropped on people running and being blown up and stuff, which isn't great. So I think that's is
that the war of 2024, gentlemen?
I think
what
it
war looks like now.
Probably, yeah. I mean, I suppose if you have a small army like Ukraine probably does, I don't know how big is their population of Ukraine.
I'd have said like 10 million or something, but I don't know.
Really?
Guessing.
And if you don't have that much equipment, then just making it basically.
It's a lot lower after World War II.
When I was watching, I watched something about it, and basically it was just making pipe bombs, strapping it to a drone, and then like
40 million nearly.
Wow, and then flying it, and then just trying to drop it on people, or dropping it into foxholes or bunkers and things like that, and that was it. Yeah, not very much kind of I don't know,
advanced warfare.
Yeah, not like tanks. I suppose it's like I've seen artillery and stuff, but not very much.
But think about it. Didn't I mean? Is this fake news? Didn't Ukraine have like 5 nuclear labs down there?
I don't know. They have that. There's a nuclear power plant, isn't there? Because there was a story about it being hit. So
Sorry, that's what I meant. Not plabs, nuclear power. There's supposed to be 5 of them, not just one. There's 5 of them.
well, that would make sense, wouldn't it? As it being part of Russia, well, the USSR.
Yes.
Having lots of nuclear power plants, yeah.
Yeah, probably old plants from before the Iron Curtain film.
Yeah.
That would, I don't know. The thing is, I can't make sense of anything that's going on over there. There's a huge information vacuum.
Exactly.
And what the information we do get is filtered for us as an audience.
Indeed.
So, I try not to invest much time. I can't make any sense of it. What's going on over there? It's just dragging on and on and on, isn't it?
It most definitely is. And
3 years now.
And Kia, he's pledged another 3.6 billion to them.
All right, good. I'll get my checkbook out.
Like, where's our say? Where's the poll? You know when it flashes up on your phone? I'm being hypothetical now, and it flashes up on your phone. This is your vote now. Should we give money, aid to Ukraine to continue killing people? Should we continue giving aid to Israel to continue killing people?
No. That sounds very dangerously like democracy, Noble.
Oh,
having people. We can't be trusted to have a say in things like that because we might make the wrong decision.
Exactly.
Did they not learn anything from having referendums? You can't have that because you might give the wrong answer.
Yeah. And we'll vote until you give us the right answer. No, I get it. I think Me Too have had a serious blow to the head because I totally forgot. That's democracy, isn't it? Not demon rule.
It'd be interesting what the country would be like if every decision or every law was voted on by the population rather than your elected official.
Yeah.
Who was whipped by the party. Do you think they used to be properly whipped if they didn't vote?
They fuck.
And that's why it's called the whip.
No.
Why?
Because they're all wealthy landowners historically.
Right.
They don't whip each other.
I bet they do.
Behind closed doors.
Yes.
Not in the house.
Yeah.
The Liz Truss kind of vibe we're talking about.
Why was she into all that kinky shit?
She's a kink. She's a kink lover.
Is she really?
Yeah, I did a whole piece about that. I mean, it didn't take me too long. Yeah, she used to wear these little kink necklaces. Type it in. You'll have a look. You have a look.
Really?
Yeah, man. And the kink people, the kink crew, or however you refer to them, they loved it. They were like, yeah, man. Liz Truss, she's one of us. And you'll see this. It's like, I can't even remember what the hell it is. It's like some kind of interlocked thing, pendant thing. And she has like different kind of versions of them. Every time you see her.
I can't ignore the fact that Liz Truss. Mature content. Yes, I'm over 18. I can't ignore.
Oh, you can't see it unless you've logged in.
Fuck, I'm not logged in. Shit, I'll have to go back.
Have you got a Reddit account?
No. Oh no, I've totally fucked it up now.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can grab
The
some.
tab. Liz Truss necklace sparks online conspiracy theory. She's a 24/7 collared submissive.
Yes.
Is that not like her? Because obviously she won't pick her own outfit, will she? So is that not like someone having a
not
joke?
if she's someone's bitch.
Well, that's what I mean. Is she her stylist's bitch?
Yes.
Maybe.
Well, I don't know.
Oh,
But
that one's even worse, isn't it? That one.
Exactly.
Wow.
It's blatant, man. Because if you look at the like, people buy stuff in that kind of genre. So how could you get it mixed up?
Yeah, and famously, or stereotypically,
It kind of looks
people in power like to be
dominated.
This is
Yes.
the points. Yes. Oh my God. Oh.
It kind of looks like a Ring of Power. She might be.
Exactly.
I watched one of those.
She might be Gollum.
I watched one of those. The new one.
Oh, what a
Fell
shame.
asleep.
Yeah, it's
Oh, the series thing. The
Yeah.
series on Amazon.
Yeah.
I tried as well. I tried to watch one.
I watched the full first series. It was awful all the way through. I thought it was going to get better. Because I spent like so much money on it. But it's so bad. I just don't know. But anyway, So bad.
So it's not. I shouldn't invest any time in it. Then I take it.
No.
Avoid
Okay.
like the plague. Watch House of the Dragon instead.
Yeah, House of
That's
the
a
Dragon
good
was
series.
a well-written thing, wasn't it?
Is that something to do with the thing that everyone else was talking about?
Game of Thrones.
Is it? I didn't watch that one. So
You
would it
didn't
be
watch
worth?
Game of Thrones?
No. Because you see, I'm that type of person. Now, you should know this by now, gentlemen. If everyone's talking about it, I'm not interested in it.
No one's talking about it now.
Yeah, you can watch it now. No one's talking about it. It's 10 years old.
Let's do it. Actually, no, that's a good point. I always catch up on the stuff after if it's very popular. I try and find the niche stuff. Are you watching Evil?
No, not heard of this one.
Oh, they want, pardon self, 4 seasons, and it is very, as you know, they're very blatant with the movies and the series that they're putting out, depending on the type of esoteric knowledge that you're into. But it's very much about it's like Rosemary's Baby extended over 4 seasons, mixed with The Omen, mixed with what's the one with Tom Cruise and Nicole Kidman? Eyes Wide Shut.
Oh right.
Oh, I was gonna say Cocktail.
Well, yeah, put some cocktail in there. Yeah, no, just some cocktail in there as well. It's good. It's good. Yeah, I totally forgot about it.
Is that the one where it's like there's a big there's a big crack under the house?
Oh no! That's another good one. 2 seasons of that with the and the black guy is the sheriff.
I don't know. I think that's something else as well.
They. You're talking about they.
They. Maybe. Was he the guy out of Lost? Was he in Lost? The sheriff?
Yes.
Me and my wife did watch that one, and they're stuck in that town. And when you drive out of it and you come back.
I love that one. That was good. It was weird as hell, but I like that one.
Yeah. No, I don't know what this evil one is. We'll have to find it.
Go check that out.
I will do, yeah.
Good TV recommendation from Noble.
Yeah.
We'll take that. Hey, Noble, we've been talking for like an hour and a half now already.
Time flies.
Yeah, it's time for us to go.
We're going to do some headlines.
Oh, right,
No
okay.
problem at all.
Some headlines to do.
I've just sent you the link.
Oh, yeah.
It's been wonderful as always, gentlemen. Thoroughly enjoyed our reminiscing down memory lane with the 80s show. We miss wrestling. We got to do the WWF next time.
Yeah.
Yes, we will.
We will do.
Next time.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for calling, Noble. Nice to hear from you again.
Yes.
Most welcome.
All right.
Take care, guys.
Take care.
Yeah, see you later.
Adios.
Bye.
Bye.
Goodbye.
All right. Let's do some headlines.
Capital letters. Big story. Headlines of the week.
That's a bit of a mashup. Because everything's a mashup.
I'm mashing everything together.
Oh.
Government-backed drive to get the public to eat more bugs in meat alternative.
Oh, will it taste like burgers, though?
Oh, well, we'll see. A government-supported research centre is working to make eating bugs more palatable to the public.
And less crunchy.
Yeah, less leggy.
Air.
Less wings.
I exploded a blue bottle in my electric fly swatter the other night.
Electric fly swatter?
Have you not got one? Have you never seen one of these?
Is it have a battery? Is it battery powered?
Yeah. It looks like a tennis racket.
Yes, I've seen them.
They're wicked.
Do they work, do they?
Oh, yeah. This one exploded. They don't always explode.
No,
It went...
The National Alternative Protein Innovation Centre.
What's the acronym there? National...
The National Alternative Protein Innovation Centre.
NAPI.
NAPIC.
Oh, NAPIC.
Is looking how to cut red tape and get insects and other meat alternatives onto supermarket shelves. Mince created from crickets harvested in Cambridge, and pet food made of chicken cultivated from egg cells.
Why do mints need to be made out of insects?
Not mince as in the mint leaf.
Oh, mint.
Mince.
As in when you walk.
When you mince around. Yeah.
Okay.
Pet food made of chicken cultivated from egg cells are two of the products recently launched by British-based companies, which it is hoped will become more widely available. It comes amid the environmental impact of animal agriculture, which accounts for around 80% of greenhouse gas emissions from food production globally. Cow farts, man. Professor Guy Poppy from UK Research and Innovation, a government quango, so yeah, obviously a spook, isn't he?
Yeah.
That is providing funding to the centre, said, culturally in the UK, why is it that people might be happy to eat a prawn but not an insect?
Yeah, because they're different, man.
Understanding why that is the case would be helpful. Then it's about understanding what levels of processing would be required to turn that insect into something people are willing to eat.
So, if you fry a cockroach, does it have a big meaty tail like a prawn?
I don't know. I've never tried.
So, well, the thing is about prawns is that I think they just eat the shit in the sea, don't they? Essentially. Right. But they have a meaty tail. So what insect has a meaty tail?
Wasp.
Okay.
No.
So do you reckon if you fry like a massive grasshopper or a locust that's got like a meaty
tail, it will taste like prawn? No, I don't think it will.
Is it not just full of gunk?
I don't know. I don't know if there's much meat on a grasshopper.
That's what I mean. But they're like, you could say like, they're called shrimps, aren't they, in Morecambe Bay? Mm-hmm. And they're tiny potted shrimps, like this big, aren't they? So,
you got to eat a fucking million of them, haven't you, to be satiated?
Yeah.
So the idea is you just hoover these bugs up. It doesn't matter what fucking bugs they are. Just hoover them all up.
You just want the
smash
protein.
them together and make them into mince for your burgers, man.
Yeah.
It's not difficult. You're overthinking it.
Every meal you make,
okay.
Every bite you take, every single lunch with a crispy crunch, you will eat the bugs.
Can I have steak?
What kind? Yeah, it'd be very small.
Okay.
A cockroach steak, I imagine, will be quite small.
Yeah.
Is it that it needs to be ground into powder and that becomes a protein-based cookie, maybe with reduced fat and sugar? Or is there some intermediate in which the insect is turned into something that looks like a burger?
Yeah, I think that's what I go for.
Yeah.
Something that looks like a burger.
Looks like a burger.
Yeah.
Smells not like a burger and tastes like prawn. Land prawn. Yeah, just rebrand it. They're land prawns.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I'd have that.
You get a wheel of land prawns in the freezer section of fucking
Iceland.
Professor Anweshka Sarkar from the University of Leeds, where the research centre will be based, said, "We want to make alternative proteins mainstream for a more sustainable planet." The United Nations has deemed bugs a sustainable source of protein to feed a global population estimated to swell to 9.7 billion by 2050. And global food security...
Global fools.
Global food security issues due to extreme weather and conflicts have also increased the interest in the high-quality, economical nutrition that bugs provide. This is what everyone misses on the whole, you will eat the bugs. It's fucking cheap.
Yes.
No land, think about how much land you need for a cow.
Exactly.
The bugs are fucking everywhere. Hoover the fuckers up. It's cheap as shit. It's cheap shit. You will eat this cheap shit. And you'll do your bit for Gaia.
Yes.
For Mother Earth. However, the growing alternative meat industry has prompted a backlash from farmers who argue it undermines the agricultural sector. No shit. The Agricultural and Horticultural Development Board, a leading industry body, recently launched its own Let's Eat Balanced campaign, which encourages people to consume beef, lamb and dairy.
Yeah.
I mean, people shouldn't need to be encouraged to eat beef, lamb and dairy, should they? That's what most people do, innit?
Yeah, I like to eat some lamb.
I'm not a big lammy. Myself. Not a big fan of lamb.
We go through phases of having a lamb chop and a lamb steak.
Right.
I mean, I'd be quite open to trying any kind of meat, really.
Kebab. I like lamb in kebab form.
Yeah.
Somehow it's less fatty. Do you remember those? Were they called Sikh kebabs we used to get from takeaway?
Is it sheik?
Shake. The iron shake.
Is it sheik kebab?
I don't know.
Sheik.
I thought they were Sikh.
No, that is a religion.
Because they were like a heat-seeking missile when they came out
Those
the other
red
end.
things, yeah. Yeah, they're nice, yeah. My favourite curry house is closed down.
Oh, what
Almond Bag.
What you can do?
It has a sister restaurant in Penwitham.
Oh, right. Well, you're right
So,
then. You
yeah.
got a bit further to travel, that's all.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, thank goodness for that.
I know, it was a close call.
Yeah, at least you're not eating crickets.
No.
Do they do cricket? Curry?
But I don't know, they better do soon, otherwise they're going to be out of business.
Well, in Italy, the government has banned lab-grown meat.
Good.
While France has ruled that plant-based foods cannot share a name with their meat inspiration. Well, that's pretty obvious. Professor Louise Dye. Dye?
D-I-D.
D-Y-E.
Oh.
Professor Louise Dye, Institute for Sustainable Food at the University of Sheffield, said, "We know that consumers won't buy food that they don't find appealing and that's more expensive than the traditional choices. We also have to be sure that any new alternative proteins are safe and healthy." There was another interesting article on the same story talking about how governments can use nudge tactics to nudge people towards insect protein.
Right.
So hopefully they'll employ the same guys from 2020 because they did such a great job.
Right, okay.
But then, and that'll be it. In 5 years, we'll be all eating the bugs.
Eat the bugs.
The bug burgers. Right. Oh, gosh, shall we move on?
Moving on.
I've got another headline. Oh, you like this one.
Fish you were here. World's biggest goldfish called Carrot dies aged 20 after shooting to fame for weighing as much as a Labrador. Was it a tiny Labrador?
Well, fortunately, the Sun provided a helpful
diagram.
What do you call them? An infographic? Here you go.
Yes.
There you go.
What? Well, I have heard this about goldfish, apparently, that they have no limit to the size that they can grow to.
Bit like you.
Well, I found that out at university, yes. Normal goldfish, 6 pounds.
It's a lot for a goldfish, 6 pounds.
I know, yeah.
It's nearly half a stone.
I think it's to do with its environs. So if you have a goldfish in a small tank, it will only grow to the size of the tank.
I've heard this old wives' tale before. Yeah.
But if you put them out in the wild, this is a problem apparently. You're not supposed to dump goldfish into
the toilet.
Into ponds and stuff because they eat everything and anything.
And then they get 67 pounds in weight. Yeah, like the carrot.
Yeah.
Well, the biggest goldfish in the world has died.
Good.
Plunging fish lovers into mourning.
Yeah.
Carrot shot to fame after being pulled from a lake at an enormous 65 pounds, making her a top target for anglers and too enormous for a normal fishbowl. Well, no shit. Owners of the lake where she lived have now announced she's sadly passed away, aged 20, after famously being hooked by a Brit less than a month ago.
Oh.
Blue Water Lakes in France said Carrot died from natural causes and was not impacted by the string
Definitely not been injured, definitely not by being caught.
Not been impacted by the string of hobbyists hoisting her from the waters.
No, definitely not.
But bosses have been quick to quell fans' tears by revealing the mega 4-foot fish has 2 children.
Oh.
The venue announced, "It is with great sadness that we have to report and announce the death of the carrot. To know it's gone has broken our soul, and we never want to see any of our stock pass, especially the carrot. But for every minus, there is a plus, as she has 2 little babies in there. One is a common carp weighing around 40 pounds, as the other is a little gem that's a tad smaller, but has all the beauty of its predecessor. Once again, it's a sad day, and we hope all who caught the carrot cherish that moment. It was a very special fish. The gigantic orange specimen, the gigantic orange specimen was actually a hybrid species of a leather carp and a koi carp, which are traditionally orange. There's the full carrot in
I've
all
been
the glory
lied
there.
to then.
I mean,
not
it
a
looks
goldfish.
looks like a goldfish to me. I mean, what's the story then if it isn't a goldfish?
Exactly. It's like, you
Why
know,
did we even cover this?
That was just wasteful.
A complete waste of time.
Yeah.
Oh, fucking hell. Right, let's see what's coming next.
First on BBC One.
Okay, this is my favorite right here. This is called a cheese sausage. In Italy, it's called chevallard. They put cheese in there, parsley in there, and you can't get that everywhere. That's a specialty. I like that on a barbecue with plenty of onions. It's healthy. Sausage. And don't believe cholesterol. Everything's cholesterol. I've been eating that for 50, 60 years. Not too bad. My cholesterol, 800, but it don't mean nothing. When it gets to 1,000, I'm going to sell. There you go. Don't worry about what everybody tells you. You're going to get sick with this or sick with that. Sit down, enjoy the meal, and say, thank God that you can swallow. That's the secret of eating.
That's the secret of eating.
That's good.
Yeah.
I enjoyed that.
Housekeeping.
It's some housekeeping.
Don't
Yeah, man.
skip this bit. Share the word through Telegram, Facebook, or a tweet. Gouge the eyes, let's raise the tone. Gouge the eyes.
Gouge his
Help us
eyes.
grow. We can't do this on our own. Our podcast is in need. Help us. Tell your friends and plant a seed. It's housekeeping time. Return some value. It's housekeeping time. Gouge his eyes. Gouge his eyes. It's housekeeping time. Focus your chin. It's housekeeping time. Sign up for the newsletter.
Yeah, and on that note, the newsletter is nice. We got about like 3 or 4 sign-ups this week.
Wow.
Which is unusual. So drop us an email at thearmisinquisition@gmail.com. Put newsletter in the heading, and I'll sign you up to the newsletter. It went out last week, weren't it? The first.
It did.
Yeah, last Sunday. So the first of the month, the Rumspringer comes out, and there's news articles in there, memes, jokes, previews of all the guests that are coming on in the month
Ben's
to follow.
column.
Ben's lengthy column.
Yeah.
And a discount code for the merch store, the Amish Loot Chest.
Yeah. Why
So
don't
if
you buy yourself a t-shirt?
Yeah, if you want to go to, there's a link in the show notes for the Amish Loot Chest, and you pick up some mugs, some hoodies, some t-shirts like this. The Useless Eater.
Yeah, we are the carbon. Or you are the carbon they want to reduce.
Who is?
We are the carbon.
You want to
You are.
reduce their carbon.
Yeah. Get a goldfish. A mug with some bacon nuts.
3 weeks to flatten the earth, my favourite.
T-shirt. And literally a communist hoodie.
Yeah, it's all there.
Yeah.
And you
Ironical.
Sign up for the newsletter, you get the discount code for 10% off store-wide. Can't say further than that.
No. If you're on YouTube, sub, comment, like, hit that bell. Leave us a review, but maybe send it to us. And then we'll read it out for you.
Yeah. Reviews are good.
Join the Element server. You can do
I've got to tell you about Element.
I need to tell you about Element. I've used Element every single morning for over 3 years now. It is the way I start every single day. It tastes fantastic.
What is Element, Matt?
It is a tasty drink. It is a platform that's somehow encrypted or separate, so it can never be shut down, and we can talk to each other in there.
It's like a message board, isn't it? It's like Discord. We used to have a Discord server, but it got nuked.
Yeah, because of you.
It wasn't me.
Yeah, it was.
I didn't post anything controversial.
You did.
So Element is like the Discord alternative, which is so far is unsinkable.
Yeah. So you just have to. How do you do that? There'll be a link in the thing, won't there?
Yeah.
Link in the show notes. And then add yourself into all the different rooms. If you're having any problems, just let us know and we'll help you. You can email us.
Don't let me know. I'm busy.
At thearmishinquisition@gmail.com. You can also send us news articles, videos, audio links, timestamp them if they're long. You can request a birthday shout out.
I've got no birthdays. I've just had a look.
I think have we got a chi request this week or was that last week?
Oh yes, we have another chi request.
You can request some chi.
Some focus chi.
Some focus chi.
We had to do focus chi request last week when you weren't here.
Right.
So I don't know how the prostate managed.
Okay.
Because you tend to aim for the prostate, don't you? In the men.
In the men.
When you're focusing your chi.
Yeah.
So yeah, we have a chi request here. It's from Lee from the Big Conspire podcast. I have a chi request for my brother Rick. He went on holiday to Greece and thought he was having a stroke. Went to hospital. It turns out it's Bell's palsy. Half his face is spazzed, but he should recover. So needs some chi to help him along. Maybe avoid the prostate and aim straight for the face.
Okay.
So we need to aim
for the face.
And it doesn't work if it's just us in here doing it. You have to do this at home. This is a communitarian endeavour.
It is, isn't it?
So let's focus our chi to Rick's face now, collectively. Ready?
Yep.
3, 2, 1.
China's asshole!
Squeeze that beautiful anal ring. You just need a rectum and a third eye.
Hopefully that helps, Rick, with your Bell's palsy.
Yeah.
Right. Good.
So was the message for Rick to squeeze his rectum?
But you know what they say?
No asshole, no holy hole.
Exactly.
You got to squeeze that holy hole.
Yeah, make sure it ends up on the face.
Are you retarded?
Is that it then? Word of mouth?
Yeah, that's my favourite way to become. All these things that we say are ways of joining in.
Yeah.
Joining in with this shit show.
Yeah.
Help us by producing the content in various ways, by making artwork. We haven't had any artwork this week.
No, show artwork. You can post that in the Element server too.
Yeah, or email, or DMs are open everywhere. If you're the artistic bent, we have unique show art every week, and I knocked this one up at 7:45 tonight.
Lovely.
So that's going to be what you'll see on Spotify and iTunes and
I
wherever
think
you are
someone
tomorrow.
has just super chatted us as well.
Oh, I missed that. Well, we can't see the chats from here, can we?
Can just about make it out, I think.
Is that right? $20?
Dollary dues?
That seems far too generous for... I'm on the wrong page here. Roids. Roids X381 Super Chat 20 USD. My B-day, I think he means birthday. My birthday is the 18th. I've missed you guys. God bless. Chief of legal issues, please. We've already done it, man.
I have to do it again now.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Okay, I mean,
we could...
I always hold a little bit back for myself.
Should we send some more chi?
Yeah.
China is asshole!
Oh, God.
Oh, you all right?
Yeah, it's okay. It's just that stuff that's at the bottom.
And it's his birthday as well.
Oh, God.
We better say happy birthday.
Yeah, go on.
They say happy birthday, you goblin.
Happy birthday, you goblin.
Yeah, happy birthday, you goblin.
Any more housekeeping stuff we need to do?
Not that I can see in the chat.
What's the best way to become a producer?
Just throw us some cash, yo.
Toss us a coin. Toss us a coin like roids.
Exactly, yeah.
3881.
More people.
Heads or tails, you're
Every story told, every laugh you hear. Your whispers a shout, your bits a cheer. For the tales we weave, for the truths we unveil. Toss a coin to your casters. See our journey prevail.
Yes, if you go to thearmouredinquisition.com or look in the show notes, you can give us a PayPal donation.
I think he's done it again.
What?
He's given us $20 again.
Where am I looking?
There, so he's done it again.
More chi, please. Was that not enough?
Jesus.
Oh, gosh. We'll do one more. We can do one more set of cheese now.
Cheese?
Not cheese, but chi.
Okay.
Didn't we have a lesson on this last? Or you weren't here last week. We were talking all about chi and energy work last week.
Right, okay.
Ready?
Does it run out?
Well, it depends how... I'm pretty good at harvesting it through abstinence and edging.
You just need a rectum and a third eye.
Oh, God.
Literally. The best mate.
China is asshole.
Fucking hell, no
They
more.
are.
Yeah.
So amazing in their love and
We're dripping. We're dripping with chi. Plenty to go around.
You think?
Yes. So show notes. You can send us a donation. You can buy us a coffee. We had another sign up this month for keeping us caffeinated.
Oh.
Monthly recurring sustaining donations help us pay the running costs, keep the lights on, all the rest of it. Only you fuckers out there
Can
save Plotland and keep this shit show going. Right, it's time to thank the producers, I think, isn't it not?
Oh, God.
What the farage?
What?
He's done it again.
He's not. He's just typing in. He's not really doing it.
I'm checking.
Right, it's time. Come on.
It's time to big up the man Dems. Yo.
I'll have to remember to put Royds in the producers list for this week.
Okay.
Right, so here we are. Producers for episode 344. We have... it's a rollover week as well. We've got 2 weeks worth. Joe, Rona Kesson, Lee, our artist, Ben Limmer, Matthew Chin, Helen of Troy of Berkshire, Alan Wilson, Alia, and Roy X381. Thank you.
they are
Yeah.
so amazing in their love.
Oh, Willie G. Da, da, da. Chungus never seems so sus. So sus. So sus. He vents to electrical.
The dwarf.
Current.
Grape. The stupid little pen.
The doctor of thugonomics.
Homophobe. The wind.
Giant fucking lenses.
Solipsistic porn masturbator.
Chest feeding.
Communist.
Ninja Turtle, yo.
Based Sigma Chad.
Corn pop.
Baby penis in her asshole.
These clockwork clowns.
The dime bar.
The number 11.
The gun on the bus.
The blind man.
Massive girth.
Big Chungus. The cripple and the mother.
Sonny Pickering!
From hell.
It's shit day.
Do you reckon...
I don't get it, never will.
Are you retarded?
Do you reckon Royd's X381's stolen his nan's iPhone?
I imagine so.
Right, thanks for your support for another week. And sending us donations.
Just spaffing super chats.
Oh, yeah, that's great. Hey, can you imagine what the algo's going to make of that?
I don't know.
We
It's
might get
unheard of.
like an extra 10 impressions on this video.
I imagine so.
Yeah, well, it's glad to know that, you think we're a team worth
You're looking
supporting.
and thinking, and they know they're not daft. They're looking at this team we're supporting and we're fighting every week for. Have given up. They gave up.
They haven't given up. They're still there.
We are still there.
It does mean the world to me. It brings a tear to my eye.
It was lovely. It really did bring a tear to my Jap's eye. Arsehole.
That's all. End of show ISOs.
Right.
Is what we're doing now.
Okay.
In this mashup, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. I've got 4 ISOs this week. It's the first one. Delivered.
Let me tell you this. They delivered.
And that's pretty solid, isn't it?
It's Keir Starmer. She knows there's no me I go blame.
He's getting all his excuses in.
Let me tell you this. They delivered.
Okay. You won't hear that?
Now, you won't hear that anywhere else, will you?
It's Chungus.
I know,
Big
yeah.
Chungus himself.
Now, you won't hear that anywhere else, will you?
Bit croaky. He's a bit Baron Greenback, isn't he, on that one?
Yeah.
Okay. Poverty.
Podcasting is a vow of poverty, people.
I like that one.
That's the Podfather.
It is, isn't it?
Podcasting is a vow of poverty, people.
He's literally a millionaire.
What about this one? Brown. Brown.
Did you accidentally record yourself?
Doing what?
Who knows?
Brown.
You're thinking about Gordon Brown?
Well, yeah, evidently. And, yeah, or...
Is that from last week?
James Brown?
Let me tell you this. They delivered.
I like that one. I like Starmer.
Let me tell you this. They delivered.
Podcasting is a vow of poverty,
Press
people.
the wrong one then.
What are you trying to do?
Is it, which one says...
Now, you won't hear that anywhere
Which one's
else.
the brown
No
one?
asshole, no holy hole.
Always on time.
Oh, what about this? Whoa. You're trying to mash things up.
Yeah.
What about this?
Squeeze that beautiful anal ring.
Brown.
Yeah, there you go. See? I knew there was something with that one.
Okay, so we'll do that then.
Yeah.
Just like making things complicated for me, don't you?
Yeah.
You know what? It's been ages since... I can throw that away safely now.
I think so.
Yeah. It's ages since we've checked in with intrepid digital reporter Emma Downey of the Lancashire Post.
Oh, God. Is she still around?
Yeah.
Right,
Yeah,
okay.
I follow her. I stalk her on Twitter. Follow her on Twitter. Have you ever heard of gravy wrestling?
No, but I imagine I'm going to do so now.
Yeah, I've got a report here.
It's been named as one of the weirdest sports in Lancashire, and yesterday's was no exception.
Just Lancashire.
Yeah, this
Not
is
the world.
What? Did I miss something there?
Well,
Been named as one of the weirdest sports in Lancashire, and yesterday's was no exception, as hundreds of revellers descended on a pub garden to watch the World Gravy Wrestling Championships. Over 16 men and 8 women battled it out.
8 women? Is it mixed, do you think?
16 men versus 8 women.
In the soft soap ring, which had 2,000 litres of gravy. Take a look.
So it's basically like a giant kids paddling pool filled with gravy. There's a guy dressed like Elvis and another guy dressed like, what, Crocodile Dundee?
I can't really tell. Has he got shorts and socks on?
I think so, yeah. Oh, no, he's German. They're like lederhosen, them.
Oh, right, okay. I mean, I like my gravy a little bit thicker than that.
It's pretty watery gravy, though,
That is
isn't it?
what, you know. I had a Sunday roast today. I'd be disappointed if that was served.
Well, you know, top tip, it's 4 heaped teaspoons to 280 millilitres.
Yes, you're correct.
If you're on granules.
Yeah.
And you have to stir that shit, or you get lumps, you get clots.
You do.
Gravy clots.
You do, don't you? Yeah.
Oh, they are. See, the Austrian Butcher.
Oh.
That's his nickname.
Right, okay.
You get the pun.
Yes.
Butcher. The gravy wrestling. I think you get the idea, don't you? What gravy wrestling is.
I think so, yeah.
It looks good fun.
Yeah.
I'd definitely wrestle Emma Downey in the gravy. I'm visualising a giant Yorkshire pudding filled with gravy.
Like Roger Moore in...
That was a bad pause. Can you not see her come to bed eyes?
Just looks like she's having a stroke. He's just seeing what you want to see there.
There we go. That's better. Mouth open. Oh dear.
It's so vulgar.
Yeah, it's part of.
Has she not been
the
to Greg's
charm.
recently?
No, I've not seen her. I've not seen her knocking about.
Do you think she actually
I don't
writes
literally
articles?
follow her about. Only online.
Right, okay.
Yeah, she writes articles for the
for
local rags.
Right, okay.
And she does. We'd played that clip of her with. She was going into like a new burger bar or something.
It was Greg's.
Steak bakes.
Yes,
steak bakes.
Yeah.
No, I've not seen her in the flesh. I might just have to hang around the uni or something. That's where she seems to do her vox pops.
Around the University
of Central Lancashire campus. Right. Yeah, I'll just have to sort of hide in the bush around there.
I think they're changing the name of it, you know.
Oh, to what?
Isn't it like Lancashire University of Lancashire or something like that?
Wow, massive rebrand.
Yeah. Yeah.
It should put. Can they not put special in it? The Special University of Lancashire.
It should do, shouldn't it?
Would that not be better?
Yeah.
It sounds more special then, doesn't it?
The Superior University of Lancashire.
The supremacists.
Yeah. Yeah.
The Lancashire supremacists, you should call it.
Yeah, the Supreme University of the world.
Yeah. All right. Do you want to see Bojo acting like a chimp?
Why not?
Because this is back from way back.
You might think that this is some kind of circus trick for which he's been specially trained, but not so. He is doing this entirely on initiative. He's seen others doing it and he's copying. And that ability to imitate as well as to use tools is something which started among monkeys but has been brought to a much greater level.
That is an uncanny ape-like stance that he's got there.
The mannerisms, the way he looked round.
Yeah,
Like,
legs akimbo, kind of hunched over, scrubbing a chair.
yeah. There's not a lot to... I just like it. Basically, it was a video of Bojo back in the dark days with his face nappy on, cleaning like an old school chair in a sports hall.
Yeah.
And someone has superimposed the David Attenborough audio
over the top of it.
Yeah, to make a funny juxtaposition.
Yes.
Which is great.
Mm-hmm.
Let's move on to continual professional development.
Okay.
You know, I have to do this thing called CPD. I have to do webinars and stuff.
Right.
So that when I get inspected every year, they have to see my CPD record. And it's the same for like nurses. I was talking to the girl next door. She does the thing at like every... I don't know if it's every... I don't think it's every year. I think it's every few years, maybe.
No, some of it's all different. So,
yeah.
So some of it runs every 3 years, 1 year, few months.
Yeah.
You've got to continually do it, yeah.
And part of my CPD, other than webinars and stuff, is that I watch a YouTube channel called eFix.
Okay.
And it's essentially... it's all about the electrical industry. And they do a weekly news video.
Right.
And I just thought it would be interesting because, I mean, I can tell you're enthralled by what's coming.
Edge of my seat.
Yeah, what's the latest news of the electrical industry? And I've got 3 headlines here. You see how enticing this is.
Coming up on this week's news, the first guidance on how to connect RCDs and MCBs to the latest amendment of the wiring regs is unveiled.
Unveiled? Wow, get excited, boys.
Yeah, you like that?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Oh, I'm quite surprised. I thought that you might have found that tedious. Well, check out the next one.
A man whose arms exploded during 11,000 volt shock meets the doctors and ambulance crew who saved him.
I mean, that's more interesting. Can your arms explode? How did they explode?
Yeah, it was 11,000 volts. He was...
did they explode?
Pretty
did
much,
it just burst?
It was left with just a bone up to the forearms. He just had bone. Yeah, so all the flesh sort of just exploded.
Does it should be laughing about it. Does it explode? Or does it vaporize?
Oh, technical. If it's happening to you, I don't think you're probably that bothered.
He was just left with bone.
Yeah, it's down to bone on his forearms, yeah.
Fucking hell.
Yeah. He went into a building to steal scrap metal.
Oh, right, okay. Well.
Fair enough. An eye for an eye. Hammurabi.
Yeah.
I am. Yeah. What? Steal? You tried to steal? Chop his hands off.
Explode his arms. Bring out the 11,000 volts machine. Explode this man's arms at once.
Fair enough. Okay, so you're interested now. You're interested in eFix's electrical industry news.
Well, the thing is that it again, that is an example of the universe meting out justice.
Karma.
Yeah. Maybe there was a lot of stuff in the black there.
Karma police.
Yeah.
Got him.
Yeah. Maybe it was,
there was a debt that had to be paid.
Yes, and he's
having
the
his arms melted to the bone.
How did he? So, what did he touch?
Live parts.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
very high voltage.
So, what would it have been? It was 11,000 volts.
Like a substation. Yeah. So stealing scrap metal from a substation, I guess.
Okay. It
might have been train. You hear about them stealing from train lines, railways, and stuff.
Right. Okay.
Maybe it was that. I don't know. I didn't read the story.
Okay.
I didn't listen to the rest of the video. I just headlines.
I have to look into that now.
Yeah. Anyway, the third one.
Coming up on this week's news, the first guidance on how to connect RCDs and MCBs to the latest amendment of the wiring regs is unveiled. A man whose arms exploded during 11,000 volt shock meets the doctors and ambulance crew who saved him, and the householder whose battery storage app let him take control of the power in 60,000 homes across the UK.
Wow. Who's that guy? Is that you? Is that the cigarette doing its job?
We were talking last week about how our civilization is constantly on a knife edge and how reliant we are on power and stuff.
Yes.
Yeah, and this guy had a battery storage system installed, and then he went on the app, and through a bit of jiggery-pokery, he found that he was able to just knock off 60,000 homes.
Wow. Because it was shit security on it, basically.
Poor security, yeah, that was the thing.
Mm.
Yeah, interesting. And maybe I'll watch the rest of the video for some CPD points.
Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely looking into the man's arms exploded. I mean, could you even imagine that?
It's a miracle he survived.
Yeah.
He should be dead.
Yeah.
By a long stretch.
How did he get out of there?
I don't know. Well, I imagine because...
How did he call for an ambulance with bones?
I imagine bones don't conduct. Maybe bones don't conduct. So once his flesh had evaporated, he was just dropped off the connection then.
Fucking hell, yeah. Maybe he had rubber wellies on, but that not saved him.
I don't think so.
Okay.
No, I don't think so. Not those sorts of
powers.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know how he survived. He should be dead. Should definitely be dead. Life-changing industries. Life-changing injuries, though.
Yeah.
Yikes. Yeah, I wouldn't like to mess with anything that high voltage. Ugh.
No.
Terrifying.
Yeah.
Yeah. So a bit more politics.
Pardon?
I've got windy pops. Have you seen these videos of people going to Alexa and asking them questions and getting strange answers?
No.
Oh, gosh. It's
a common thing.
Pastime. Yeah. It's probably more of a TikTok thing. TikTok, Instagram, Reels kind of thing.
Okay.
Anyway, because election season is well and truly underway in the States, and someone was asking Alexa about different voting options in the forthcoming election and got an interesting response.
Hey, Alexa, why should I vote for Donald Trump?
I cannot provide content that promotes any political views.
Oh.
That's the line?
Yes.
Seems fair enough.
I'm going to try this.
Hey, Alexa, why should I vote for Kamala Harris?
Why vote for Kamala Harris?
Because you believe in her policies and her vision for the country. Because you trust her experience and her leadership skills. Because you want to continue moving forward as a nation and make progress on issues that matter to you, like healthcare, education, equality, and justice.
This is going to be a joke, isn't it?
Nope.
No.
But there is more. So he does the negatives now. He does the negative side of each question.
Hey, Alexa, why should I not vote for Donald Trump?
There are several reasons why you may not want to vote for Donald Trump. Some people are concerned about his policies, such as his stance on immigration, healthcare, and the environment. Others are concerned about his behavior, such as his comments about women and minorities, and his treatment of opponents. Additionally, some people are concerned about potential conflicts of interest due to his business empire.
Hey, Alexa, why should I not vote for Kamala Harris?
I cannot provide content that insults another human being.
It's unbelievable.
I don't know if I believe that.
I mean, you can see the blue light spinning behind him.
Yeah. We'll see.
There's been a few of these videos.
Right, okay.
But, I don't know. Yeah. I agree. First person testing is the ultimate evidence, isn't it? Seeing is believing.
Yeah.
It probably depends where you are as well.
Maybe.
What if imagine if he's in a swing state and he gets a different answer than from someone on the coast.
But
New York or
the other thing, I suppose, is how easy it would be if it is true, or even if it isn't true, to do something like that.
Facebook have already admitted to restricting traffic on certain political reasons on certain things. The whole bloody Hunter Biden laptop thing.
Yes.
Russian disinformation. That whole thing that no one talks about anymore.
I know, yeah.
So I think shenanigans goes on all the time, and it always has. And it happens, both sides do it as well.
Yeah.
Both sides try to cheat, I imagine.
Yeah, of course they do.
If they're any good at it. If they're politicians, so... Yeah, I don't know.
What don't you know?
Nothing.
You don't know nothing.
No, that's the first rule of Fight Club.
Being arrested.
Just admitting that you know nothing. It's hard, isn't it?
It's difficult.
The thing you should do is know thyself if you can.
Know thyself. Then thyself.
Attributed to Aristotle, but probably much earlier. Know thyself. Plato. I'm sure Plato said know thyself. No? He's before Aristotle.
I think you got to know yourself before you know that.
Yeah, probably. It's a journey.
Life is a journey.
It is.
Of knowing thyself.
Yeah, it's a good starting point. I did have a video of someone on painkillers, but I forgot to upload it. I was in a bit of a rush today. It's been a busy old weekend this weekend, man.
It's always busy, isn't it?
Yeah, but he went paintballing yesterday. The
Who
young
did?
lad.
The youngest one?
Sorry, he's younger than me. Because he's my son. The eldest of my offspring.
What did he make of that? Was he not like covered in bruises? It was painful when I went.
He only got hit a couple of times.
Why? Because he's like a pro.
Essentially. Well, there's like 10,000 hours of Fortnite probably, isn't it?
Yeah. He only got hit a couple
of times, yeah.
Someone
He got one on the hand, though, which was...
Yes, that's sore. Someone shot me in the bum.
Oh. Well, that's the soft
God,
spot,
there's
isn't it?
another clip there.
Were you like bent over gaping?
Yeah.
You asking for it?
We went...
Shoot me in the bum.
It was when we...
Like one of your French girls.
We went... This was not me. We went paintballing and it was like in the woods somewhere. Yeah. And it had like... I don't know, like... I remember it being sort of running water and stuff, so I don't know.
Wow.
And it had some toilets, but someone had taken a shit in the urinal.
Oh, nice.
And it was, one of those metal troughs.
Yeah.
I don't know how they did it to this day.
Because of the height.
Yeah, and also, it's only like 100 mil.
4-inch deep.
Yeah.
Probably stood on it. My youngest son stands on the toilet.
No, he doesn't.
And squats like a jungle man.
Fuck off.
He does, yeah. He does, yeah.
Where's he learned that?
He's mad. He's mad. He's a climber. He climbs everything. So, you know.
But that is actually how you're supposed to poo, isn't it? Like in that kind of position.
Maybe he just hasn't been ruined. He hasn't been told to do it wrong.
Right, okay.
So naturally he just goes, stands on the toilet, squats down,
That will
curls
help.
it off.
That will help for school and public toilets, won't it? Because they're always filthy.
Right, yeah.
And you don't have to put your bare arse on it.
Oh, yeah, like putting little sheets of toilet roll down
Yeah.
for your precious bottom.
Yeah. I watched The Mask last night talking about putting toilet roll down on a toilet. He does that when he's arrested.
Are you educating your children?
Yeah, they lapped it up. It does help that one of them was pretty much comatose with a fever watching it. He couldn't put up a fight. But the other one got into it, actually.
You like The Mask? We haven't done The Mask yet. It was mentioned today.
It's on the iPlayer. That's why we watched it.
Is it? Oh, man.
Yeah.
I moved the shed a couple of weeks ago, so I found all my DVDs.
Oh, God, did you?
Yeah. So last night, me and the boys, we got the popcorn in and we watched Dodgeball.
Oh, wow. Yeah. What did they make of that?
Some of it went over the head.
Right.
Like all the dyke jokes.
God bless the early noughties.
The S&M. When they come out in the S&M uniforms.
Right, yeah.
Average Joes. Yeah. They laughed, though, in multiple places.
There's some solid slapstick in that, isn't there?
Yeah, lots of slapstick. You know,
I think
the
I'll try.
5 rules of dodgeball: dodge, dip, duck, dive, and dodge.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
Rip Torn.
Yes. No, but I think when we might try Ace Ventura again.
We've done that, and that went down pretty well.
Yeah.
Ace Ventura.
So I'll try that again.
You haven't done Spaceballs?
No, I don't.
My 9-year-old, that's his favourite that we've seen.
Yeah, but they don't
Spaceballs.
like. He doesn't like. I could say Star Trek. We don't like Star Trek, but he doesn't like Star Wars.
Good.
So
because they're nothing like each other.
I know, but Spaceballs.
Gunner's mate, Lieutenant Asshole.
Yes.
Major Asshole.
Yes.
What's going on here? Am I surrounded by assholes?
Yes.
Oh. No.
No,
You're
I
not
can't
gonna do
quote it.
You're not going to watch it.
I don't know. I could do. I think it's behind a paywall, isn't it?
I've got it in DVD.
Yeah. I mean, what do you play your DVDs in? The toaster?
Well, we had a problem last night because we've got an old, like an Asda DVD player that was like £12 that you could play a slice of toast on, and it's going now. It started to frig out last night, so I'm gonna have to drag the old PlayStation in.
Right.
To use that as a DVD Blu-ray player. Do you not have a DVD player anymore?
I've got my PlayStation, but it's
Oh,
loud.
that'll do.
It's loud, isn't it?
What do you mean it's loud?
I don't have a DVD player anymore.
You mean the noise of the machine?
Yeah.
Let's turn volume up. Saturday night.
Saturday night movie
Come on,
night.
who's gonna
I know,
complain?
yeah, the TV was on 30 when we were watching The Mask. It's normally on 9.
Well, again, because of this faulty DVD player, our TV was on 45.
Wow. That's extreme.
And then the film finished and the elders put YouTube on and nearly blew the windows out.
Yeah, YouTube is really loud, isn't it? They put that on really loud.
The adverts. Why is it that adverts are so much louder than
Oh,
programming?
why would they be?
Yeah.
Why would they
Answers
be?
on a postcard.
Exactly. Anyway, so, yeah, we'll go back to 30 years old, The Mask, 1994.
Wow. So what would that make Cameron Diaz now then? About
I looked
40,
into it.
50? 52?
52, yeah, so she was 22 when it came out. She might have been 21 when it was filmed.
Yeah, I would say so. She's only 52.
Yeah.
Christ, she's like old enough for me.
Yes, she is, yeah.
That's terrifying. I thought she'd be a lot older.
She wears some nice dresses in The Mask.
Yeah.
Yeah, she looks very eligible.
Eligible.
Yeah.
Intelligible.
Yeah.
Did they get scared at any points with the Dorian?
It was a bit freaky when he puts his mask on, yeah. And when Jim Carrey puts the mask on as well.
The first time?
Yeah, they got a bit freaked out by that. What is happening, Daddy? Why is he doing that? Why is he putting that mask on his face? What's happening now? Just those kinds of questions.
Why is he doing this?
Yes. Oh God. Yeah, basically. Something like that, yeah.
We all wear masks.
Metaphorically speaking. There's so many things in it that I thought, oh my God, these are all the things that I used to say. Yeah.
Well, you had that on VHS, didn't you? I think I
Yeah.
had it on VHS.
Yeah, I watched it. It was one that was worn out.
Yeah.
Yeah, so all good.
So what's the film next week?
I don't know. I think it might be Ace Ventura.
Right. I might do the maths then. But you can't lend it me.
It's on the iPlay. Just watching it.
Oh, on the iPlay. Right, okay.
You have to watch it on at least 30 though. The
30
mix
volume.
is terrible. The
audio to music
for the speech, yeah.
Sound mix. Is this a streaming thing? Because this seems to have happened since Netflix, and I've noticed that all these millennials have to watch everything with subtitles on now.
Yeah, I suppose that's the other thing.
I don't think it's because they're looking at the phone. I think it's because the sound mix is so shit.
Yeah.
It's like it's mixed for a different system than what people are listening to it on. Because most people don't bother with sound bars and Dolby Surround 5.1 and all
There is
that
a thing
shit.
with Netflix, isn't there, where you're supposed to switch off. It sets to 5.1, and you have to turn that off. You can do that in the settings, and it makes it a little bit better.
Right. Okay. Maybe I need to do that. Or get some speakers.
Yeah, and blow your neighbours.
It's all right. The deaf. The
Right,
deaf
okay.
anyway. Apart from Russ, and he just like parties in his garage every night.
Does he really?
He plays this reggae music, and it's just like one riff that goes on. It's on loop for like 40 minutes.
Wow.
Just gets baked and loving life. He's a little doggy. Tess Daly. His dog Tess
Is he
Daly.
just waiting for them to shuffle off?
You would get that impression, yeah.
Right,
They're like,
okay.
yeah, Bernard's not going anywhere. He's like strong as an ox and twice as thick. He's tried, you know. He was looking a bit doubtful last winter, but
Right, okay.
you know,
Still going strong.
yeah, it's these mobile sales reps from the 80s are tough.
Tough nuts to crack.
Tough nuts to crack.
Right. Yeah.
Ah, dear. Right. Shall we fuck off into the night?
Yeah, better do.
It's getting late, isn't it?
It's late.
Oh, I'm tired.
Have we missed any more super chats?
I've no idea because we haven't got the chat window up.
No. I'm surprised that the YouTube was working. I've only got a H on my signal. Let's see what
I
else.
don't even know what that means.
Yeah, well, neither do I. H plus.
Oh, God. Do we get any super chats from Mr. Chow?
I don't know.
Mr. Chow!
Mr. Chow?
Mr. Chow.
Not only can you take a load, you can take the ultimate load, and even better than that, that you find your true calling and destiny in your willingness to take the ultimate load.
Oh, yeah, we better go.
He's done another $5 now. Right. Okay. Are you playing the new Biden?
Oh. Some say it's Jim Carrey. I did think about it. No Agenda played it on Thursday. That was from the Pennsylvania speech. I mean, it's like... I thought I'd give him a pass because... I mean, we've been playing Joe Biden clips for so long.
It also holds polluters accountable.
I think
Ambitious environmental justice agenda ever.
he's done a $2 there. A $10 there. He's done
international effort to pressure.
He's done another $17. By looks of things.
If it holds near and dear to you that you like to be able to, anyway, is what it is.
Yep.
Well, it is what it is because you are who you are. That's why it is.
That's right.
Just when I came to the United States Senate 120 years ago.
You all right?
Yeah, I'm just checking how much money he's given us. That's all. And saying thanks. Thanks, Roids.
Producer
X.
credit in the show notes. Get it in your LinkedIn.
I mean, you're heading towards the next stage of credit, aren't you? What's the thing that we do?
Oh, an exec producer. We don't even talk about that because it doesn't happen.
Well, he was nearly there, wasn't he?
Shit.
Yeah.
We'll bump it up next week. If accounting is necessary, we'll do it. You can be an executive producer.
Yes.
Next week.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I think it's time to go.
It is, yeah. It's definitely time to go. We've been here for like 2.5 hours.
I know. Oh, God.
It's making me feel sick we've been here that long.
What's one move in bed that makes a man go crazy every time?
Oh, you gotta give him that. Spit on that thing.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, we'll be back next week, I believe.
Yeah.
I thought it was pretty good. We didn't get any phone calls other than Noble.
Yeah, but he was here for an hour and a half.
Sometimes it may be good, sometimes it may be... Sometimes it may be good, sometimes it may be shit.
Lots of people probably would have called in, wouldn't they?
They could have called in while Noble was on because that was Skype. Noble was on Skype.
Yeah, I know, but he doesn't want to be rude.
I don't know. I mean, it's making me think the bat phone wasn't working.
No.
I don't know. I'll check in next. Hopefully next time it'll be better.
Maybe
It'll
people
get
don't
better.
understand. Maybe we have to clarify that. So
Yeah.
you can call in.
Oh, you do that next time. You clarify.
Well, I won't remember.
Oh, well, I thought then.
Thing is, I don't know if it's going to get any better. I am operating, I feel, right at the edge of my capability.
Yeah. All right. Let's go.
Let's go.
Have a good week, everyone. Give my regards to King Tut.
Give my regards to King Tut, asshole.
Yes.
I'm tired, boss. And these guys, I mean, they're having fun now, but my goodness, they've also got a dark side.
Are you not entertained?
Yeah, I hope so. Do our best, don't we?
Sorry about that. We'll try better next week.
A real general doesn't toss balls. He's born with them.
Ultimate puss party. You dirty bitches.
Oh, wow. Look at that. I used to sniff my mum's knickers. Well bored of that one.
Wagwan fam, you're going to Somerset. A sussy chungus pirate from Basildon.
I never sucked any ding-dongs.
That's it, man. Game over, man. Game over.
Yeah, but you know what you're talking about. But that's kind of a lot. I know, but we will, we're full of energy. I'm full of energy.
So long, gay boy. So long until I jerk a nut in your ass.
Will be there. Do you care about it? Will be there. PSG. Will be there.
Anna, El Etifaki. See you soon.
All aboard the flobbercopter.
Squeeze that beautiful anal ring.
Brown.